Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another installment. I guess the second installment of God only knows how many we're gonna have. We'll figure that out. Of Talent Stole, where our group of sleuths has finally gotten together. Finally. Um, Last time on Talent Stole, uh, it has been revealed that Vava von Vixen is missing, and Mersel and his cousin, Craigory, are off to go find her in the city of Everstead. Um, and simultaneously, Fiyero and Ozwell are investigating their own bits of news in the town. And it eventually culminates in what may or may not be a kidnapping that has just been thwarted. Uh,
As you do.
as you
Casually
do.
averted kidnapping.
Yeah. And so with that having happened, and Craigory realizing that the concierge at the Ebonwood Motel is in on whatever happened with Vava, the group has decided maybe we should find somewhere where we can discuss what's going on a bit privately. And so that is where we are picking up with said group of four, finally, as one, going somewhere. Where would be your first instinct to direct people, Fiyero?
Uh, hmm. What is... I'm gonna turn this over to you, actually,
Okay,
because you are the one who has the mental map of the town.
I do.
What is the place... What is a place that Fiyero would know that is brightly lit, well-trafficked, and, like,
Actually,
presumably not in someone's pocket?
okay, there we go. Well, let me just, where the hell is my fucking Everstead map? Here it is. Okay. Uh let me just,
Preferably somewhere independently owned, you know?
yeah. So, with that with that in mind, you don't really like your normal haunts of the Glass Garden and Red Ridge and that kind of area. No, we're not going there. We're not gonna go there.
No.
Honestly, uh, the Garden District might be your best bet. Like, kind of that's like the most public hub. It's kind of the center of the city. I mean, it quite literally is the center of the city. Um, and let me just pull my notes up about where is this is the problem with here we go. um it's a lot of like there's not a lot of official like restaurants or things. It's a lot of like street vendors and then places to sit, because again, because this place is, I mean, basically like a collection of parks and things like that. Just altogether, there's small shops around. There is there's a teleportation circle that you can actually is located in this area. It's a bit pricey to use, but um that is there. There's like a couple small little like bookshops. There's a cafe uh on one corner, kind of towards the dock, kind of towards the harbor area. There's a cafe because that's where the dock workers are gonna go and, well, get their coffee. uh so there's a lot of little places, but it's all kind of open, but it is well trafficked. There's people from, you can tell there's like all walks of life here. There's working class, there's wealthy people. Like, this is the place where everybody kind of goes, so it is well trafficked.
Because if you want to avoid people who are kidnapping people, you go somewhere with a fuck ton of witnesses.
You are correct.
And if you want to avoid people who can turn into shadows, as we saw them do at the end of last session,
Yes.
you go someplace with a fuck ton of light.
Yeah. which the Garden District has light. It is well lit, but it's not like, if you were to compare like the light pollution, the Garden District is nowhere near what like Red Ridge would be, or what the Great Walk like shopping district would be. But it is well lit. There are shadows, but they're not long shadows, basically.
So they're like, the shadows are distinctly, minimal enough that if something is weird, you're gonna notice it.
You're gonna probably catch it. And if you don't catch it, on God, that's something that's way better at hiding than you probably want to realize. So, yeah.
And if I remember right, the Garden District is actually relatively nearby us, because didn't we end the last session
right on the outskirts of it? Yep.
Near the statue garden.
Yep.
Cool beans. Sorry, I took notes.
You're good. That's good. So you ended in the garden, the Garden of Statues, which does not have a lot of light, but if you go further in towards 3 on the map where it says the teleportation circle is, that's where the more of like the shops and the cafes are and such. So that would be where more light is.
Okay. All right. So Fiera's gonna lead the party over to somewhere like close to a light source at the very least, that has a place to sit.
Cool. All right.
And the first question...
Oh, go ahead.
First question out of his mouth is going to be, okay, between all of us, what languages do we know?
Nice.
Because if we can avoid speaking in common, that would probably be helpful.
Oh, you're gonna make me look. Okay.
I mean, I've got... Craigory has to think for a moment, because he has the linguist feat. He knows a few.
He does know a few.
Just gonna start taking them off on the fingers. Common, Grolix, Celestial, Primordial, Abyssal, Yeti.
Yeti's a new one.
It's still great. I still love it.
I'm unfortunately really versed in common.
Only what?
Common and Grolix.
All right. What spells do I have? I don't have tongues. Damn. Yep. Is Mersel gonna answer the question?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure if we already went, so I was kind of waiting.
Oh, that's all good.
I know Common, Grolix, Infernal, and Celestial.
Okay. I know Grolix and I know Common. I really need to pick up more languages because I've only picked up swears from a couple of them.
Well...
Oh, I also know Toon Sign Language.
I have, like, working understanding of that.
I can tell you the history of that. Be able to tell you a
Kraken
sentence.
looks immediately interested.
Gentlemen, focus. And
what were the vampires? Think that they would know Grolix? Because as far as I'm aware, that is a tune only sort of language, unless of course the real can learn it.
Which can't speak it, but they can learn to understand it, and this town has a fairly mixed populace, real kind and tune.
Still a better bet than plain common.
True.
Does Craigory have tongues as the wizard?
I don't think he does.
Dang.
Quickly does. Nope, no tongues.
Damn. Alright.
Unfortunately, for all the spells an item still has, like something specifically to mute or silence the conversation is not one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I might have a really, really dumb idea.
Go on.
Oh,
If it's helpful, I
have
do
a
have
very-
comprehend languages.
Hey!
I have a very dumb idea.
Okay.
So, does Mersel like make a comment about silencing the conversation out loud?
Yes.
Fiyero blinks, smacks himself in the forehead, and says, "Oh wait, this is really easy." And he's gonna roll hammer space to pull out a notebook.
Oh.
I mean, that
It
works.
clicks for Ozwell. He's like, oh.
Oh, right.
Wrong chat. There we go.
Wonderful.
Okay, that works. He pulls out like a really beat up looking notebook and a couple of pens.
Mm-hmm.
Passes pens around to the others.
Incredible. I'm so delighted.
And
of note,
then okay, go
Craigory
ahead.
does raise a hand.
Points at him.
I can write ciphers. I'd have
Useful
to
skill have.
teach it, I guess, but
Useful skill to have when we've got more of a solid grounds on what the fuck just happened. Might ask you about that.
speaking of what just happened,
What just happened?
Fiyer's
Before we-
gonna
Or,
write
well,
in the notebook just like there we go.
Yeah. And I'm gonna just say, for the sake of everyone, you can just talk and it'll be the assumption that you are writing it.
there we go.
Yeah.
He writes introductions in the notebook, and then
There we
writes,
go.
and this is written in Grolix, and then writes his own name, Fiyero Fiachra.
With a little arrow pointing at himself.
I hope you know Craigory's immediately a shit and shifts the notebook so that the arrow points to him.
My
But then he
identity
does-
has been stolen.
He then also does write down Craigory Danthew.
Mersel writes down Mersel Arlo von Vixen.
and Ozwell very delicately writes Ozwell Leadfeather.
Hey. Excellent.
Uh,
Everybody knows each other now.
Pleased to meet you gets scribbled down in the book, and then kind of a doodle of the two vampires, probably with like, you know, those like classic stink waves that are drawn over
Yes.
characters you don't like.
Good.
Yes.
And then arrow drawn pointing to them, attempted kidnapping.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna roll a thing if you don't mind for Ozwell.
What are you rolling?
Con to see if he can keep from laughing.
Okay. Oh god, let's see here. What are...
Oh god damn it. I forget. It's not fucking
It's not Dice Parser.
Nope, it's not. I'm sorry.
No. He can't.
Excellent.
So he's looking at the drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cute and childish, and yet he's barely able to breathe.
The artistic rendition is truly something.
The artistic rendition has Ozwell kind of like one hand over his mouth, the other keeping him upright, sort of, as it's on his knee as he's bent over.
Mm-hmm.
BM, should I roll for the quality of this artwork?
For the sake of keeping us on track, I'm going to say no, and it is as delightfully terrible or as goofy as you want.
Fair enough.
I love this.
It is detailed enough to get across the idea, but still very silly.
Mm-hmm.
The fangs are very pronounced.
How else are you gonna know they're vampires?
It's important that you know that they're vampires. And then there will be an additional note added to the book of, thank you, witnesses help people not get kidnapped.
Craigory kind of winces.
God, I hate that Mercel's just like, oh, sometimes you can just be kidnapped even with witnesses. So, like, he's not gonna say it, but he's
He's
it.
I got kidnapped in broad daylight once, huh? Marcel, my beloved.
He's not gonna say it. He's not gonna say it.
Okay.
They're so
fine.
our absolute darling.
All right. Attempted kidnapping. Yes. All right. Okay.
Marcel's actually writes, you know why they wanted to kidnap you?
Not me. And then doodle of Ozwell. And then, like, draws an arrow from Marcel's question to Ozwell.
Ozwell, who was busy writing Stinky by the vampires with an arrow pointing to them, just looks over at the two of them like, what?
Ozwell, you.
Craigory. Oswald, you dummy. Craigory then scribbles down next that just like, were they just hungry or?
Marcel scribbles down, like, Marcel looks at the drawings Oswald has been putting down and writes easy target.
Damn, Marcel, that's brutal.
Calling it like he sees it, I see.
He is. I love it.
I mean, in
not
fairness,
trying to
yes.
be rude, but like, they are all wondering, and that's
Yeah.
his suggestion.
Oswald doesn't know shit, man.
I am.
He's just kind of here.
Oh, honey.
Fiyero thinks, taps the pen against his fingers, and then scribbles down a note of, Ozwell, you were on the streets for the last couple nights, right?
He nods and writes, yes, I hid in a trash can. Or, well, slept. None of the hotels had any openings, so I did what I had to.
No one is judging, it's just that not having a solid place to stay is a solid reason for kidnappers, especially if they're involved. And he kind of pauses, and then draws an arrow to the vampires and makes a note of trafficking ring? Question mark.
Oh, real insight.
I'm sorry, this is Fiyero's job. Oh shit. Nice. That is a 20.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, that sure is a look at Marcel's standing Craigory. Like, slightly
that same
panicked and also slightly alarmed and slightly ah shit, fuck.
Slightly, oh
Craigory is
god.
sending much the same right back with that insight.
Ozwell's making a face because he's just like, oh well, shit. He's
Dodged a
not
bullet
gonna
there.
write it down what he's thinking, but he sure is thinking, huh, well maybe I should have gotten kidnapped because that would have gotten me closer to who I need to see.
Ozwell, no.
Bruh.
Darling. What you gonna do with that knowledge, Fiyero?
He writes down, just a theory, but viable theory, given, and he will, like, make a list of notes, like, vampires require living people for food sources because blood. This is a trade town near a harbor, which means it's easy to get people in and out.
Mm-hmm.
With every word he's writing down, Sel has put his head in his hands, and you vaguely hear him murmuring, I should have fucking 1 year break.
Pat Marcel's shoulder.
Fiyero tilts his head at Mersel and then writes, plot magnet, question mark.
Sel just taps at the star on his head.
Ah.
I say you can
Sympathy.
you can roll religion, but it's a pretty low DC.
I think I rolled religion for this last year, didn't I? Or
Yeah,
last time,
no,
didn't I?
you rolled high on the last session, but I think you
you
said
did. I
that,
forgot. Yeah.
yeah, but Fiyero assumed that Mersel was a follower specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't figure out Marcel's a warlock just from, tapping the star, so...
But, yeah, just like, yes. Wishing star stuff.
He's just gonna assume, okay, you follow the wishing star. Got it. You have some reason to care about plot.
Mm-hmm.
So, kind of drums his finger against the table, and then kind of looks at Craigory. Like, should he tell Fiyero and Oswald what they're here for? Question mark.
I would.
Well, Craigory, this is Marcel's mom. Craigory thinks that's up to Mersel. Marcel's kind of calling the shots here, but numbers are good.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, Sel has like met people and like gotten them into a party and all that like quite often at this point.
Yeah.
He's just he just writes, we were actually here in town to investigate something ourselves.
Oswald taps those words as well. Like, but that is why he's here. Well, but I don't think any of them have realized that it's not for the same person.
Fiyero will tilt his head and then write down under investigating something, draw an arrow to the something, and make a note of missing person? Question mark.
Nod.
Mersel nods.
Oswell sort of does a hand flutter.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Maybe.
Sort of. He doesn't know what to call that.
Fiyero makes a note of basically me too investigating multiple missing persons as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Mersel writes, we actually had something of a lead before we came across each other on the street. All of
Yes,
us.
you did.
Fiyero will just draw a pair of googly eyes looking at the word lead.
Oh my god.
Incredible. We're bringing emojis into this. Craigory's gonna click
Alright.
his own pen.
All right, Hex puts my hands on your shoulder. What was the name of the hotel again?
Ebonwood.
All right, so Mersel writes down the name of the hotel, writes down arrow to the missing person from the last sentence, and then arrow to the hotel name, and then goes last known location, and receptionist might be involved. We were
Craigory
trying,
writes down receptionist definitely sus.
Yeah.
we were planning on trying to break into the receptionist table to take a look at the guest book that he has because he refused to show it to us.
I mean, with good reason, but yes.
For good reason. Like if it weren't for Craigory's not 20 inside,
Yeah.
like Mersel wouldn't have been like wouldn't have begrudged him that at all.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Fiyero like nods and then kind of thinks, does a quick doodle of basically like, you know, you've got Mersel and Craigory over on one side, you've got Fiyero and Ozwell over on the other side, and you've got a handshake drawn between them with the question of, with like a note underneath of help question mark.
Aw.
Mersel nods. Yeah, he could use the help.
Plan question mark.
Mersel writes the reception desk closes at 12 a.m. Right? Well,
Yep.
Right, Hex?
Yep.
12 a.m. That's what we were loitering about, or we were reading for it to hit.
Hello. Ozwell will hopefully write down the time, the date, and exactly down to the millisecond how long they have until that time frame
Mm-hmm.
is up. And I mean exactly.
Oh, curious. Mersel doesn't think much of it.
Fascinating. Anyway.
None
Craigory
of this.
thinks it's kind of
Plant that clock,
interesting,
by
but
the
there's
way.
other stuff going on.
I love this because like no one in this like fucking place is like normal.
Yeah.
But, like they're all so abnormal that they're just like, ah, yes, this might as well happen.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. The time knife. We've all seen it.
Everyone in this might as well happen. Everyone in this party is so goddamn weird.
Yeah. God. Fucking time knife. How dare you?
I mean, it is
Wait,
very
actually, what is that a reference to?
It's from The Good Place.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Oswald will write down a question for everybody. And do you guys mind if I cast a spell real quick?
No, of course not.
Go ahead.
No, this
Sure.
is a question to you, Hex.
Yo. What up?
Do you mind if he casts Healing Elixir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Cast it as many times as you need. I mean, well, you only get the 2, but you get my point.
For the time
Right.
being, he's only going to do it once,
Yeah.
just in case,
Yeah. Smart.
so that he at least has one vial of it ready.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cell sees him cast the healing elixir and actually writes, "Oh, thank God, there are people with actual healing spells in this party."
How
Fiyero
he
draws
does
a
it.
bunch of big cartoony arrows pointing to Marcel's comment.
How Oswald does it is that his cane has a hourglass in it. He swirls that, tips it upside down, and the elixir pours from that into a vial.
Oh, cool.
fascinating.
Craigley does eye that with some interest just in seeing a new way the spell is done, because the only way he's had the spell before is like truly disgusting looking drink.
Hey, Lucille's drinks aren't disgusting.
Lucille, I'm sorry.
You suck.
They're bad. Gregory drinks them, but they're bad.
The sheer offense in your voice, Hex.
I mean, okay, in Lucille's credit, it is kind of just like vials of salt, or to Craigory's credit, I mean, it is just kind of like vials of salt water that they then enchant.
I mean, I don't really think
snake oil.
Yeah.
I don't really think that Ozwell's is much better. It does look like sand as it's poured into the vial. Thankfully, it's not sand once it hits the vial. But it does look like golden sand before it actually hits the vial. So.
And then it just turns goopy.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's that fun liquid sand.
Texture.
Yeah.
It does radiate heat, though.
Time yogurt. Got it.
I hate that. Thank you.
Hot glass. Molten glass. Don't worry about
it. Hate it. Thank you. Love it.
Even worse.
Oh my god, Ozwell's healing elixir confirmed for the forbidden honey! You know what? Fuck it. Fiyero actually writes that down. Just forbidden honey. Applause emoji.
Fucking incredible.
Ozwell writes down a fun fact. Yeah. I'm allergic to bees. So. So.
All honey is forbidden honey.
Well, just the things that make it.
Well, wait. Being allergic to bees doesn't make you allergic to regular honey. Unless.
Unless.
I haven't had honey before, and I'm not sure I'm really down to try.
That's a shame. Honeycomb's nice.
Honeycomb big. Yeah.
But anyways.
Anyway.
We have that. And he
There's a
puts it in a pocket in his coat.
There's a scribbled note of heist.
Heist.
So, what's the plan, my beloved?
Should we plan the heist on screen, because that means it will fail?
Or should we just wing it and see what happens?
Honestly, Mersel doesn't mind winging it. It'd be better to wing it.
Yeah, I will say, there is a sort of like, you can do like a callback to say we planned for this. Each person will be able to do that once if things kind of fuck up really badly. I don't think they will, but, you know, just in case.
All according to Keikaku.
Yes.
Real quick.
Yo.
Would the time we spend, like, chatting with the fucking doodle book count as a short rest?
Given the time that it will take for midnight to happen, yes.
Nice.
So all warlocks get their spell slots back.
Which means all of them, basically.
Yeah. All of you.
Imagine your spell slots working like that. Couldn't be me with most of them.
Yeah.
Hey, you get more than fucking 2.
Yeah.
I know, right? Sucks to suck.
Shit.
The suck.
Eat shit, asshole.
Throws a rock at you. But anyway,
Heart emoji.
As they're kind of waiting for midnight to fall, Mersel actually taps to get Fiyero's attention and writes, "Do you have any information, like any context to town that might assist us? Anything that you haven't mentioned yet?"
Who was that directed at?
Fiyero.
Oh. That's a good fucking question. Hex, do I?
You actually have a fair bit, because, you've been in town for, like, 2 weeks, and so you gathered, and between everybody now kind of putting their heads together, you're able to gather that whole nightlife thing, and the quote-unquote monsters, very likely the vampires in town. The missing persons are still unrelated, but if you're kind of like putting these pieces together, it's probably a safe assumption to make. But trying to think here. The whole witching hour kind of warning of, don't be out past 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. That's one of the things both he and Ozwell would have gotten. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Craigory and Mersel haven't yet heard because we haven't been here long enough.
Yep.
Yay.
Yep.
Ozwell is going to recite that in lettering.
Yep.
Exactly as he has heard it several times.
Yep.
Because by this point, it has become a mantra.
Don't let the witches get you.
Mersel writes, I know a few witches. I take offense to that.
As
Fiyero-
you should.
Fiyero will pause and then doodle like a little arrow pointing to it, and then basically put down a definition for the term witched away. Which is basically the same as, someone being stolen or kidnapped.
Yep.
Mersel scribbles something real quick. You can't see what it is like until he finishes, and it's just, hold on, I need to draw this. Pretend he's actually drawing this while the conversation continues.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, vamp art.
Is it... Can Ozwell see, like, he's been reading for the past, like, however long that I said he's been here. Get.
Yep.
More so history books, because history is his special interest. And, like, he's been quietly correcting some of the things wrong in the history, because fuck.
Incredible.
I love this nerd.
He is a nerd.
Nerd. Also, art is cancelled because I realized that I left my drawing tablet in the other room and I'm too lazy to get it.
No.
Damn.
So gentle.
Expensive.
But is there anything about Ebonwood in particular that he would know or remember from what he's been reading?
You roll.
Or anything about the covens?
Yeah.
Even?
I'm thinking of how to, because he's been just kind of casually reading it, and so it's just a matter of, roll me history, and we'll see kind of how much you've managed to dig up.
You say casually, but I look at this man.
I know.
His face is 9 times out of 10 nose ass deep in a book.
Yes.
Wait, is it nose deep or ass deep? Those are two very different
Yes.
levels of deep.
Yes.
Yes.
The answer is
Yes.
yes.
He is both nose and ass deep in a book?
Yes.
Always.
Multiple books.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
26.
Nice. Okay, perfect. So, with that kind of a roll, yes, you did read a bit of history about the Ebonwood Hotel, primarily because it's kind of the hotel. I almost want to say, like, there are other well-known hotels around, and obviously there are hotels that are very clearly much more well-known around Inkwell than the Ebonwood. But here in Everstead, the Ebonwood Motel is kind of, oh, that's the ritzy place. That is the high-class hotel.
That is the Ritz.
That is the Ritz. That's your Ritz-Carlton. It also, though, doubles as, like, a lot of companies, if they need to have, like, business meetings, would tend to have, they might rent out or book a couple rooms at the Ebonwood for these meetings, as opposed to going to, like, the more, what you would typically assume to be convention centers for this kind of deal, which makes more sense, but hey, whatever. Sometimes people want to be fancy and go to a fancy hotel.
That kind of reads as a little sus, but
It's, I swear to you, this is a thing people do. Like, but companies do. I don't know why. But anyway, they, with a 26, Ozwell also would know, the Ebonwood was established about 50 years ago and came into, it was established about 50 years ago. And
oh, so it's a relatively old hotel.
yes, it's kind of a staple. Like I said, it's a fancy place.
Mm-hmm.
But it's owned by a Mr. Edgar Locke.
Edgar Locke.
Mm-hmm.
Would he have gotten anything about Mr. Edgar Locke? Because he would have been following leads.
If he did that, he would have then learned that Edgar Locke actually kind of owns a fair chunk of a lot of the businesses in Everstead. I mean, he's basically almost on he owns enough to almost be considered on like the city council. He's not, but he's got enough monetary sway to influence the council in business or to have his voice heard in business affairs.
Uh-huh.
And he owns not only the Ebonwood, he also owns I gotta scroll through my notes. He not only owns the Ebonwood Motel, he also owns where the fuck is it? Where is the name of this other place?
While you're looking, could I quickly get a name on who this is?
Edgar Locke.
Edgar Locke.
Yep, you got
Gotcha.
Did I spell it
it.
right?
You did. Where's my fucking, oh duh, I'm an idiot. The Gilded Oak Hotel is also owned by Mr. Locke. The Blue Rose Cafe may possibly be owned by him. He may just have like, he may have only donated to get it, like he may have provided the loan to get the place up and running. It's kind of that one is a little kind of nebulous. It's hard to say. But he also owns a considerable number of places in the Red Ridge area. Like, he owns several of the casinos in that area.
Oh, joy.
Mm-hmm.
So he may as well just own the goddamn city.
Not quite. It's, but, like, a lot of the business ventures he owns. So, he isn't, it is notable, the harbor is not something he kind of controls or owns.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know
Well,
who
I mean, I'm
the
pretty
harbor?
sure that sailors are just like that, so.
Sailors are kind of just like that. The harbor is actually owned by the harbor is actually owned by the city.
Okay.
I highly doubt that sailors have anything to do with the corp.
I don't know, Kraken, do they?
God, no, we're a tarry, grimy stain.
There you go.
Is
Well,
all this stuff getting written down?
Ozwell is absolutely writing it for everyone. Not quite in that fashion. It's as if he's taking teacher notes.
Nice.
He's doing us a little education session on.
He's making a lesson plan.
He is absolutely making a lesson plan for everybody, and he has absolutely underlined Edgar Locke and then, with a little arrow pointing to the side, written down all the places that this man owns, and by the blue rose, put question mark, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in the case that it has been written down, hey Hex!
Hi!
That would have been one of the things Fiyero would have been, like, trying to subtly poke at, is, hey, where do things exchange hands in this town? Who do things flow through more than anything else? Would Mr. Locke's name have popped up?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Because Fiyero would have had to roll some pretty heavy persuasions to get that information.
Do you want me to
Yeah,
maybe roll a retroactive persuasion?
Do it right now so that we can kind of see what that would have kind of resulted in.
Hi, baby. Hello, you little shitten.
Oh, that's a 21.
Okay, that's pretty good actually. I don't know why I was about to say that's not terrible.
Pinky baby.
So
Because we're all charisma monsters.
you are charisma monsters, and these DCs are insane.
No.
So you actually would not have gotten a lot of information.
Are you mad?
Honestly,
Mad.
if Babble, honey.
Babble is cooing at their cat in the background.
I know.
Sorry.
Fuck. Hang on.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for my cat cooing and annoying the shit out of Sylvia would do that.
It's okay.
Goodness gracious.
Shit, hang on. My brain is kickstarting.
I wouldn't have gotten a lot of information.
You would not have gotten a lot of information on specifically oh, so and so is who controls all of this. You would have actually more have gotten a warning of oh, I'd be careful if you dig too far in there. It would have been worded as word on the street, or no, you want to be careful asking those kind of questions. Rumor is, and I don't take a lot of stocks in rumors, but you never know who's listening. Rumor is a family around here may or may not be too happy about prying nosy folk. And the way that they say family, it's capital F family, like mob family, like crime family.
So the kind of people who, let's just say, might use casinos as a money laundering front.
May do that, may have multiple businesses around, may have a lot of fingers in a lot of pies. It's hard to say because, again, paper trails are easy to follow. They're finicky, and when things seem on the up and up, it's really hard to prove that they're not. So...
Interesting. Okay.
But he really wouldn't have gotten a name or anything like that. And if anyone asks about an Edgar Locke, if you had gotten that name through Ozwell and asked anyone about that, you really would have gotten oh yeah, that's that rich fuck. That's just
Okay. Okay.
Nobody has anything notable to say about Edgar Locke beyond, yeah, he's rich, he owns a lot of the fucking city, but hey, he's the one who got the gala to come here.
Okay. Interesting. Alright.
Yeah.
I don't know, given that Fiyero only met Ozwell a day or two ago, I don't think there would have been time to ask some of his connections about that.
That's fair.
Because, Fiyero's good at making friends, but he also would have, made a show of, oh, if I'm not supposed to ask questions about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I don't want trouble laying off. I was just curious.
Yeah, exactly.
He would have...
Ozwell is just a quiet of a guy, so...
He would have made, the excuse of, oh, I used to be in the monster hunting business. Or, I don't think he would have directly said monster hunting, monster hunting. He would have said, oh, yeah, no, I used to be in the merc business, and...
Yeah, there you go.
Helps to know where shit's going on.
Yeah.
Old habits die hard, all that jazz.
Yeah, he would
want to make sure I'm not pissing off the wrong people.
Yeah. I think then it would have just been, well, then just keep your nose down, don't stay out after the witching hour, you'll be fine.
Good to know.
So.
Out of curiosity, I know This is me out of character. I know that across different sources and stories, exactly when the witching hour is differs. So in this case, for this town, when is the witching hour?
3 a.m.
3 a.m. Okay.
Good to know, considering we're doing a midnight heist.
You are doing a midnight
Yeah,
heist.
which was why I was like, because I know in some stories, the witching hour starts as early as midnight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, this town has a very active nightlife. Witching hour does not start until well into the night. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, do any of us have anything else we want to say or do?
I have.
Mm-hmm.
Fiyero. Oh wait, Babble, you said you have something?
Yeah.
I have one more question.
Yes.
This is something that would have been done in passing, since I'm sure that he probably would have noticed the amount of vampires that are in the area. What kind, would he know the names of at least some of the vampire families or covens here?
So that's the thing. You actually need to roll perception to catch the vampires. They're not very open about being vampires. Craigory caught on that they were vampires, in the Ebonwood Motel, but
Craigory's from Halloween Town.
he can catch that. But otherwise, they don't really advertise that, and if you do, talk with one of the vampires, you're gonna have to roll some persuasions to get that kind of information, because that's not something they're gonna be open with to strangers.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing that, even if you are a perfectly upstanding citizen who just happens to be a vampire, you wouldn't want to put your family in danger by giving that information to a complete stranger.
Yeah. Ro and his coven.
My mic.
Yeah? Babble? Hello?
Hi, my mic is not picking things up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Give me a sec.
Okay.
Can you hear me better?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello. I'm not gonna repeat everything that I was saying. So I'm just mentally giving you guys the thumbs up.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
But yeah, brain. So yeah, you have the name Edgar Locke, and he owns a fair chunk of shit in this city, including the Ebonwood Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Hex.
Mersel rights eat the rich.
Yeah.
It seems more like the each want to. Fuck.
No. Say it again, Babble. I couldn't catch it.
Well, I fucked it up anyway.
Oh no! What'd you do?
I misspoke.
Oh, okay.
I switched some letters in the words.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right.
I believe the quote was, "I believe the rich want to eat you."
Ha!
Yeah.
You know what? Fair.
Mersel blinks huh?
Fiyero will draw a smiley face with vampire fangs.
You actually don't know, but it's a good assumption to make, but you actually don't know if Edgar Locke is a vampire or not.
Yeah, Mersel writes, not everyone in town is a vampire, though.
This is true.
A specific string of coincidences.
This is also true.
We also don't know how rich those other assholes were, so.
Also, this is not what Mercel's first thought was, but it was my first thought. Because Ozwell was like, oh, the rich wants to eat you. And I was like...
And we need to tell you to get your mind out of the gutter?
Not really. I was just what, you mean the rich, are going to woo Cell? Definitely nothing like gutter, but that was my first thought.
Incredible.
Ozwell will
Yes,
also
they-
write, like, also, the rich are just assholes in general. Their existence eats us out of house and home.
Mersel underlines eat the rich.
Another
Word.
thumbs up doodled next to Oswell's comment.
This is
Like-
hilarious to me because Mersel is like his background is literally a noble.
It is, and his mom is Vava von Vixen.
Okay, but there is a difference
Yeah, Vava's
between
not
being
like-
rich because you're an actress and being rich because you're like a capitalist.
Yeah, there's rich, and then there's
Does Marcel
Listen,
is class
there's-
traitor?
yes.
There's wealthy and then there's rich.
Yeah.
Someone who is wealthy is someone who has earned their wealth through hard work.
Yes.
Someone who is rich is someone who just gets money because they exist.
Yes. Exactly.
Eat the rich, convince the wealthy to help us.
Yeah.
Fiyero will like make a note on the page though, because we need to answer this question.
Mm-hmm.
Name of your missing person.
Hey, there we go.
Oh boy. Sel grimaces and goes and writes, "Are you familiar with the movie industry?"
Not remotely.
He looks a little relieved as he writes Vava von Vixen.
Alliteration. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you can note this because I assume they've been using the same page this whole time. That's the same last name Marcel introduced himself with.
Yep.
Fiyero will draw like an arrow between the two and then write a little note of your mom.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. And then just a little note of we'll get her back.
Thumbs up.
Craigory's going to attempt to doodle Vava's face because he thinks it should probably now be noted that they are related but do not look alike.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if, I don't know if there would be anything, but if Ozwell would maybe by chance know anything about Vava
Oh yeah,
based
roll
on
for
being
it.
a history nerd.
Roll for it. Roll it. Roll me that history.
Does her reputation precede her? Oh,
Wait.
actually, can
Wrong fucking thing. Ozwell has a plus. Not a minus. This isn't Gibbs. I'm so used to playing Gibbs. Wrong fox. Wrong fox.
Incredible.
actually
16. Not as familiar.
He knows
Hey,
of Vava. Knows that she's definitely a very well-known act. Like, knows enough to know, oh yeah, she's famous. Wow, that's kind of shocking she's missing, and this is the first time hearing about it.
mm-hmm.
He notes that she is in fact extremely famous and it probably should not get out.
Yeah. Marcel is just like writes, "Please don't let this get out." And the word "please" is like underlined and bolded like 4 separate times.
Yeah.
Oswald does a little zipper on a mouth sort of face on the paper.
Fiyero will draw a little saluting emoticon.
Okay, but aside from that, does anyone else have anything else to add?
I look at you, Whirl. Did you know who give Ozwell a name?
That's important.
Huh. God,
Or a
I know
description.
last time I said that she wouldn't have given specific information.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't just go around asking for specific names of people who don't know you, because that
Mhm.
is, cruising for a bruising territory right there.
Yep.
And Oswald's stupid.
We love him.
She is aware of this.
There are some traits that Ozwell and Gibbs do in fact share. They are in fact the
Cupid, one
same.
of them.
They're two halves of one coin.
Okay. I'm not the DM here, so
Yeah.
Hex, feel free to veto me. Ozwell, can I have Ozwell roll, like, history or just general wisdom to see how well he interpreted request from friend?
That's fair.
To see how much detail I'm able to give.
Which do you want me to roll, if that is a possibility?
DM?
Roll insight.
Insight. Okay.
Yeah.
His insight is not quite as good. Give me a sec. Still decent, but not as well,
Let me see.
buddy.
13. Okay. That's workable. I'm gonna say, you have a vague idea. Like, you have an idea, and you'll probably know instantly when you see whoever you're looking for that that's who you're looking for.
I mean, Ozwell is a retrospect warlock, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I forget. Does he have the countdown clock thing? Or did we
He
not
does.
give him the blank slate background? It could
He
be
does.
that it could be that his blank slate fucking countdown clock is tied to that.
Yeah. It could be. It'll
Like
hit...
it could be
Oh, go
it
ahead.
could be that because you know, she is his patron. She could have basically split it and made a secondary countdown clock to when you meet this person.
Yeah. I say go for it.
So he has that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much else to work off of.
Correct.
So he just sits here and not being able to provide that information.
I'll know when I see them.
Yep. I'll know when I see him. And that's about all he can really give. That and just a sad
Interesting.
like, shrug emoji of like, I don't have much to go off of, except for my countdown.
Interesting. I had another question, but I forgot what it is. So Fiyero also had another question, but forgot what it is.
You're so valid.
Hey, do you guys mind if we take a small
Yeah, we
break?
we can take a break. It has been about an hour-ish. And I will say when we come back, we'll actually just move on into the hotel then. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Heist.
Heist.
Let's get some heist.
Alright, pause. Okay. We are back. The numbers are ticking up. Okay, good. Alright. So, we are going to go with the assumption that the party has made a plan, because inevitably when we do plan, it goes badly. So we're just gonna wing it and see what happens. Yeah, so it is about midnight. Yeah, it is about it's actually probably a little after midnight, just to give the place enough time to close down and kind of, do kind of their closing duties so that there's the least amount of chance of, you guys being caught.
Can I give you an actual time frame for that, since
Yes.
I work at a place and I work closing shift?
Yes.
So it'll be more than likely, depending on like how the day went, maybe about an hour after that then.
It depends, because this is a hotel, which really just has like the front desk to kind of close down, and there will be a night audit on duty at the front desk just in case. but it's only going to
Yeah.
be one person. The concierge is closed, like everything else is closed down, and the night audit is going to be doing a lot of those closing duties. So
then it's probably going to be like maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah,
to an
see, that's
hour.
what I'm thinking,
Like-
like 30 minutes, yeah. Because they do still need to clean and all of that, like do some minor cleaning and stuff, but they, yeah. So, yeah, about 30 minutes then. Duh. So as you, here we go. Okay, so as you enter the hotel, I have to know, Mersel, Craigory, are you still dressed all fancy?
Craigory has been this entire time, and unless the grand plan specified otherwise, he would have stayed such because he wants to look like he belongs here.
Perfect.
And not a sus little rat bastard poor person. Because
He doesn't want to look like a sassy baka.
Yes, exactly.
You're welcome.
He's still decked out in purple and gold.
Excellent. Fiyero and Ozwell, are you two looking like sussy bakas to be a distraction, or are you guys helping with the stealth? I have to know. This, are you all going to be trying to sneak into or break into this office, or are you going to run a distraction and then try to sneak and have the other group sneak in? Either one will work. I am just curious.
Well, Oswald's most visible feature is his strength. However, his mechanical best feature is his dex and charisma. So he's gonna look at Fiyero and be like, which one do you want to do? Because I can go either way.
There is only one, like I said, there's only one night audit, and they're like, you know, going through the receipts of the day. They're cataloging it all in a book. They're at the front desk so they can see people enter and greet them. But like, they are very clearly like, I'm doing work.
Oh my god, I hid my face in my hands because I'm going to smack my boy for what he handed me, and we are not doing that.
Oh my god.
I'm smacking mine
sure?
for what he wants to do.
I'm so curious.
You know how we designated Fiyero as the man whore of this team?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
You think I discouraged this?
I hate to say this. My boy is pretty and he knows how to use it. So his first reaction is, I mean, if you need a distraction, I can just get them to make out with me.
Oh, I was going
Behind
to say that
Fiyero, Mersel was in the middle of casting Disguise Self, and he was so surprised and flustered by that. The Disguise Self went like absolutely Ari, and he turned into Prim.
There's now a pink poodle standing there.
I mean, it's a good disguise.
He shatters his spell, and he's like, nope. And he's wearing fancy clothes, but different fancy clothes this time, and he's actually changing his appearance this time, since, you know, better safe than sorry.
Gregory actually looks like kind of impressed with this proclamation from Fiyero, like, you know, damn, wish I had that confidence, but agreed.
Ozwell just quietly. I was thinking you and me, but that works too.
I've already
Disruptive, you know.
I love Oswald just being like, yes, that totally will work, nodding.
His thought process was, well, if me and Fiyero cause a ruckus, then there's two of us. One, gay, but also gay with a purpose.
Gay with the purpose of crime.
You gave me that.
Well, I mean, no one said that Oswald couldn't join in. I mean,
They both start flirting with this poor night clerk.
We gotta team up.
Ozwell doesn't know how to flirt with anyone but Fiyero, apparently.
listen,
Here?
no, listen, Babble, listen. His hand is on your shoulder. Fucking Oswald can just act the jealous spouse until Fiyero goes, we can share.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I
will
this.
admit that
love
might
this.
actually work somewhat because he was a little jealous when Fiyero suggested flirting with another man.
So, if you're planning on, yourself and his partner, I guess you could use this then. He does not fumble. He takes out a lamp and it gives off and it
Oh
faints
my god.
with jazz can be heard from it.
Oh my,
my
god.
God.
It's the seductive of a lamp.
The sad part is that actually apparently works for Ozwell.
Oh my god, I
Well,
cannot
because he's just like,
believe
all right,
this
he's
thing.
a lot more chill with the idea of flirting with other men.
Oh god, okay. Yeah.
Chris-
He just looks at Marcel like, why do you have that?
Is Craigory
Of
gonna
all
ask
people.
Marcel that?
Yes. He is
My head is
asking
in
this
my hands.
directly.
My head
So,
is in my
He has
hands.
gotten.
2
Whirl.
years ago, I was going shopping for gifts for everyone, and I accidentally put this in my basket.
You stole it?
Fucking
No, I paid for it. I just didn't realize because I was buying everything in bulk.
And you kept it.
What else
Gregory's
was
just
I
grinning.
supposed to do? Throw it at someone?
I mean, it's
I
coming
mean-
in handy right now, so.
He hands it over to Fiyero, and you turn it on and give it time to heat up. Like, mood jazz, please.
Oswell's tail is like swishing very smoothly from side to side, like, yes, I am jamming with this.
I cannot believe this. I am so delighted that this is in fact a thing that is going to happen. All right, okay.
Fiyero will just pause and say, "Okay, okay. If I'm going to do this, I need a minute to fix my face. One moment."
I can
gotta-
fix your face for you.
I gotta be pretty.
I'm sure you could, darling, but
Anyway, Marcel's
let the
gonna...
experts handle it.
Marcel's gonna drag Craigory a few feet away from these two.
Yep.
Oswell's just standing happily vibing.
I am delighted by all of this.
I knew this lava lamp would come in handy someday.
One day, and today is that day.
Today is that day with these two old gay men.
I'm
Wait,
so
God.
delighted.
God, Hex, can I do a gag?
Yes.
Can I do a gag?
Yes.
Okay, so Fiyero is going to look to Ozwell and kind of take off his cloak and hold it out to Ozwell and say, "Darling, can you hold this up for me for a second?"
Sure.
Okay, so he has Ozwell hold it up in front of him and says, "Okay, now drop it."
Okay. He drops it.
And as
Oh
the
my
cloak
God.
drops, Fiyero is in an entirely different outfit.
Yes.
He is wearing a black and red Jessica Rabbit type dress.
Oh my god. Oh.
Gregory handshake Fiyero dress time.
Dress time. We love it.
And Fiyero's going to add to the illusion a little bit by taking the pins out of his hair and undoing the braid and just swoosh.
Oh, the full head of hair.
The Ozwell in my head just did the Ghibli and fluff and is red.
Incredible. Oh my god.
Hair down, touch of lipstick, hair down, touch of the dark lipstick, and he like finds a bit of like chain or cord or something in Hammerspace. Let me look that up. Roll d10.
Mm-hmm. If you fumble, I'm
Yep,
gonna
that
die.
works.
Okay.
And basically pulls out like a length of shiny chain wide enough to go around his waist and hooks the fancy lava lamp on that in a way that makes it look like an accessory.
Man's just got a whole ass lava lamp on his hip playing smooth jazz.
Ozwell,
Oh, I'm delighted.
can I do something soft, actually?
Go ahead.
Ozwell was going to put his coat back on, but upon seeing this and all of that, he cannot look away. He's going to tentatively take his coat from his arm and drape it around
Aw.
Fiyero's shoulders.
Aw.
Congratulations, Oz, you have made Fiyero blush.
Ha! Alright. Okay.
For one, that's... I admit that is incredibly attractive. However, don't you think that's perhaps a bit cold? Or... other things?
Fiyero will just kind of like blink, surprised at the quiet laugh and just, I mean, it could get a bit nippy, but, thank you.
Aw.
I hate what Sel just handed me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Craigory, roll a perception.
Excellent.
Oh boy.
Please, I want him to notice whatever this is. Come
What is
on.
it? Please notice.
Craigory. No.
No! I mean, it's good. Get the bad rolls out now. Yeah, get the bad rolls out now.
3.
Craigory does
For
not
the sake of
hear
the
it,
audience,
unfortunately.
can you tell us?
It's a 3.
When Fiyero said it was gonna get nippy, Marcel, like, very quietly under his breath goes, "At this rate, it's not the vampires that are gonna take a nip."
Marcel!
Absolutely astounding. Thank you.
Marcel, we love you, but damn.
I love how this is only feeding into Craigory's purchase. Like, huh, damn, my cousin's kind of a prude. He did not hear that.
Yup. Yup.
I mean, you know
Kind of
what?
an
Fine.
easily embarrassed
I'm
person.
letting. You know what? Fine. I'm letting you have advantage because you're right next to him.
A 15 is way better.
A
Yeah,
15
you
is way
hear it.
better.
You hear it.
Audible snort.
Anyway, how long do you think they've been dating?
Was that me? How long?
Yeah, Craigory.
What was the question?
How long do you think they've been dating?
Craigory kind of looks at them and he's like, they're either one of those people that it's been decades and they're still in puppy love, or like yesterday. It's one of those two.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet on yesterday.
Wow, called the fuck out. Incredible.
I don't know. I think I'd put money on the first option. They seem the kind of people that would just be forever like this.
I mean, that's fair, but I really do think that's yesterday. And he kind of smiles at Craigory. You want to bet gold on it?
Craigory, no.
You know, yeah, I'll take you up on that.
Craigory, no.
How much gold do you have on you right now?
Well, I'm not betting everything. Jeez.
Obviously not, but just to figure out the terms of the bet.
narrows eyes.
Your DM is with their head in their hands, like, aren't you supposed to be breaking into a room, not betting on this?
He's scamming gold out of
They
his
can
cousin.
multitask. They can multitask.
Yeah, they can multitask, and unlike Craigory, Saul does remember the fact that Fiyero mentioned that Oswald was on the streets for a bit, and Saul is, just from looking at him, he's actually very sure that Fiyero wouldn't have left Oswald to the streets, especially since Fiyero seems to have been here a while. So Saul is actually intentionally, like, getting Craigory to agree to a bet.
Wow.
Marcel, I fucking love you. Krager's like, 2 gold.
Just 2?
Sal, you don't need more!
It's a sense of adventure, Craigory.
My sense of adventure is wrapped up in trying to get your mom out of this, but like,
Oh yes,
you know
of
what?
course.
You know what? Why not 5 gold? Bet we can nick at least that much, if not more, from where we're going anyway.
Alright, 5 gold. And then Sal turns to Oswald and Fiyero. Hey Oswald, Fiyero, how long have you known each other?
Oh, I believe we met yesterday or sometime earlier this morning.
Marcel reaches out a hand to Craigory, smiling.
You're not supposed to just outright ask them. This is supposed to be like an espionage thing.
Well, espionage, espionage. Where's my 5 gold?
Your 5 gold is in the hotel. I'm getting it from there.
Good. Better remember that.
Okay, you know what? Respect. Craigory, you better pay up.
I am delighted.
Yeah, no, you don't even have to roll Oswald and Fiyero. This boy scammed his cousin into betting 5 gold.
On one hand, Ozwell understands exactly what they were doing now. On the other hand, he doesn't really understand why.
Ozwell, I love you. Oh,
Listen, you started flirting with each other, and Saul was bored. A bored Saul is dangerous.
a bored cell is dangerous.
A board self fleeces family, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we have a heist.
Yeah, we got a heist. Okay, alright, okay.
We do.
So
God, I
time to
lost
do
the heart.
honey
I
trap
choked on my
bullshit.
spit.
Yep.
Give me a sec.
Oh, Vamp had to BRB a sec.
Whoop.
Yep.
I guess that means we can open up with the honey trap.
Oh no. Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, alright. So we'll start then with I'm gonna say that Craigory and Marcel move in first, just so that they can already be in and kind of, the night clerk can be blind to them in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So Fiyero, Ozwell, showtime. How do you
Ozwell
do?
will be panicking because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Fiyero, what you doing?
What am I doing? This is why I wanted you guys to stop me. I'm not so great at flirting.
If you would like, and if it would make you more comfortable, we can just do some rolls to see how well he flirts.
No, I
Okay.
want to try.
Okay, alright, okay.
We seem to do better with flirting with each
Hell
other
yeah.
if we want to just, like,
If
do it that way.
Yeah, if you want to flirt with each other.
Like, we can flirt so hard that it's a disruption to the person's working.
And with the seductive lava lamp, I would count that as giving you guys, giving him a disadvantage essentially on his check. I would make it work in y'all's favor. So.
Wait. I think I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay. First off, can I roll an insight or a perception, kind of get the vibe of this guy behind the counter?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll insight to get that.
Can I see what does this guy look like he'd enjoy, or like they'd enjoy? I don't want to assume gender.
Yeah.
Okay. Come on, load. Oh, fucking poggers. That's a 21.
Nice. Okay. So let me pull these fucking notes back up. Nope, that's this. Where the hell is my hotel? There's my hotel. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, the person behind the desk, don't ignore that slip. The person behind the desk is humanoid. They're real kind. They kind of actually difficult to tell gender immediately off the bat, so best just default to they for now. But they have longer hair. It's pulled back into a very neat ponytail. Kind of on the like, they're not young, but they're like middle-aged, like late 30s ish.
Not too much younger than Fiyero that it's going to be creepy, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. Clearly,
Man,
like,
it's gonna be a little weird for Ozwell.
yeah, clearly, comfortable enough in this position to, like, this is just the normal everyday, like, they are completely at, like, ease. They're in their routine. And they have done this routine enough that it's kinda boring. Fiyero would note when Mersel and Craigory enter, the clerk smiles at them and welcome. Just because now it is night, because it is, after hours, making the assumption that they are returning to their room. So basically just gives a very pleasant little, like, welcome back, enjoy your evening kind of deal. And then resumes basically going through all of this paperwork that they have. That's so you can kind of tell, like, you gather they're bored. Not bored out of their skull, like, oh god, kill me, I need to be saved from this, but more just like, I'm in my routine, same shit as always, let's get this bread, like,
if they're bored, let's inject a little spice.
Exactly.
Let's inject a little zest into their life.
Let's get a little spice going on. And as Fiyero and Ozwell enter, again, glance up, polite greeting. Much like with Craigory, because the vampire had kind of, like, glanced at Craigory and that, like, oh, pretty. Like, given the once-over. Same thing with Ozwell with Fiyero giving the once-over of oh, pretty.
Can I, like, kind of, right before they would have stepped in, Fiyero would have, like, or, like, maybe before they stepped into view, I guess. Fiyero would have looked at that, nodded, thought to himself, and then one last finishing touch on this disguise.
Oh boy. Okay,
that works.
you don't fumble.
So he's going to basically mess his hair up a little. Smear his lipstick a bit.
Okay.
And then reach into his hammer space, which I don't know where that is. I'll have to figure that out. Honestly, it might just be behind his back.
Yeah, that's pretty typical.
And pull out a small bottle of perfume, which he doesn't announce, but he has stolen from a rich person, and, like, several towns back. So it's, like, the fancy perfume.
It's the good shit, yeah.
Like, it smells like roses and, magnolias and vanilla, and, important here, just the faintest touch of alcohol.
I'm
Okay.
not so certain I can flirt with that man. He looks a little too young for me. So if you want me to leave you with him, then I can go with the boys.
Don't you, darling, don't worry. I've got this covered. You're welcome to roll insight on this, but this is a routine for Fiyero. He's done this before.
Incredible.
This is how he got this perfume in the first place.
He will roll insight because he wants to make sure that this is actually like okay, and that he's not just abandoning him to some kind of uncomfortable
Debauchery.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
16.
he's fine with this. He's playful, but he's also, you know, a man on a mission.
All right.
So, that being said, I have my intro in my head, if I may.
Absolutely.
And Fiyero, will kind of, very much like doing the slightly tipsy swaying walk, walk up to the front desk and kind of lean on it, putting the assets on display, as it were.
Ha!
And he'll say, "Hi, sorry, I forgot my room number. Do you have, like, a record of that?"
And the clerk looks up. Let me just see let me double check where the hell is your... Do you have a passive? There it is. Okay. Yes. Okay. So they look up and they kind of take in Fiyero's everything, and they're not like, it's not disgust, but it is oh, okay, this is the night. This is how the night will... This is like, oh, this is happening now. Okay. And so they, the most professional customer service smile, smile at Fiyero. And, of course, sir, do you recall, well, if you could give me your last name, I can look up your room number for you. That's no trouble. Do you happen to still have your key? You didn't happen to lose your key now, did you? Because clearly this guy is used to this kind of situation.
Right, of course, key. I have a key. And he will, like, make a show of patting himself down, looking through pockets he doesn't have, and just, like,
He does
very...
have Oswell's coat.
Huh?
He does have Oswell's coat.
He does.
Because Ozwell left that on his shoulders while he walked past.
He will, like, pat through the pockets of the coat and just very, like, visibly pout and just, "No, I could have sworn I had it."
Oh, all right, hon. It's all right. It's all right. Like I said, if you can give me your full name, we can look you up, and I can get you your room number.
Thank you. You're so nice. And Fiyero will, like, make a show of slightly rubbing at his eyes in sort of a he was about to start crying way.
You don't need to roll insight. The relief on this clerk of like, oh, thank God I don't have a bawling acolyte in my fucking hotel lobby, or socialite in my fucking hotel lobby.
You're so nice. Gosh. It's Zenith, darling. Zachary Zenith.
Of course, Mr. Zenith. Give me just one moment. And they will stand, and actually head into that back room, to where they will open the door and, quickly come back out with that book, that ledger. And he starts kind of flipping through. making idle conversation with Fiyero as he does, like, you know, did you have a little too much fun tonight, darling?
Yeah, maybe a little. My husband's gonna be so mad at me. It's really easy. You guys have good drinks here.
That is one of the things that Everstead can pride itself on occasion. Where were you getting your drinks tonight?
Oh gosh. Well, we started at that the really pretty one, the rose something. I like roses. Roses are nice. The blue rose, they had really good wine.
Mm-hmm. There's like an approving nod of like, oh yes, oh yes.
And then we like had a couple different places where we stopped along like the garden place. Oh, you guys have such pretty gardens, you know? And this is where I lead into the flirting with what color are this person's eyes?
They are, we're gonna say, they are a deep, like, kind of like a red, I was gonna say red purple, and then I'm like, what the fuck color? Fuchsia. Jesus. Like, let me grab a, heckin', color,
I know fuchsia.
Yeah.
And he will kind of smile and say, "Oh, you guys have such pretty gardens here. I saw a flower. It looked just... Oh, you know what? It was the same color as your eyes. You have really pretty eyes. And a nice face."
Oh, well, thank you, sir. We do try to pride ourselves on looking presentable at all hours, as he's like, it's kind of dismissive. There's the faintest, like, the smile's a little more genuine, as he's flipping through the book. And then there's kind of a slight frown of, when did you check in? When did you check in, darling? I can't seem to find you in today's check-ins.
Wait. What time is it? Is it? Oh, And he kind of like does the dramatic, like, or not like the dramatic, but like the exaggerated pout and frown and tap his lips and trying to think.
Mm-hmm.
And just, well, we were busy today. We must. Oh goodness, I could have sworn. Wait, is the check-in for like just general check-in or every time we come in and out? I usually don't handle this stuff.
You're just your general check-in, darling. It's what day did you check into the hotel?
Oh gosh, that was a couple weeks ago at this point. We came for that fancy the fancy thing. The
charity gala. Yes, all right. Okay. All right. Well, let me go grab a different book then. One moment. And he will take that book back into the room, comes back out with a different book and starts flipping through that.
What are the others doing? Because Fiyero is trying to keep this guy engaged with
this guy is coming. So it is noting now that first book he picked out was not very full. This book is full. Holy shit. So if you're gonna sneak in, now's the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Roll me stealth with advantage.
Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. I changed servers and now I have to look for Generation Xerox again.
I do have a question. How
Yo.
brightly lit or not lit is this room?
The hotel itself is normal lighting.
Oh god,
Okay.
good golly, the dice are out for blood.
Okay.
Good news.
Uh-huh.
Craigory's doing just fine.
Craigory is doing just fine. You guys are lucky. You're lucky. That's all I've got to say, Mersel.
I haven't rolled very well, but at the same time, this does track. I have never in my life rolled well for Sel in the beginning of a game.
Yeah. So let me double check what his passive is. Okay, yep. Okay. Wait, what's... Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, you're barely fine, Mersel, but you're fine. So you guys are basically able to tell Fiyero's got this guy pretty engaged because he is trying to keep a socialite from going into hysterics in the middle of the hotel lobby at fucking 12:30 at night, or almost 1 a.m. now at this point, I think. So you're able to move up kind of to the door and not get noticed. It's a good thing the lobby's pretty empty as well. Like, you guys are pretty much the only ones here. So you're able to move up to the side door that leads into the back room, this back area. It is notably not locked because the clerk was able to just walk in and out. No trouble there. So I'm gonna go with those stealths for now, to basically say you are able to get into the room quietly without them noticing. Just barely. Like, they're flipping through this book, they pause as the door kind of is closing behind them. They pause, they kind of glance back because they thought they heard something.
Fiyero will like try and like get their attention with the like he'll start talking about, oh, did you get to see any of the performances that were on during the gala? It was wonderful.
No, unfortunately, I did have to work. That's the unfortunate nature of the beast when you work nights.
Oh, you poor dear. Oh no. Oh, is there any like theaters in town? I could get you tickets.
Oh no.
Because you're really sweet and really nice, and you deserve to have nice things.
Oh, darling, that is very appreciated, but you do not have to do that. Like, very much just like, I am trying to placate this very nice person. Oh dear. As he's still kind of like casually like flipping, like now it's kind of half paying attention as he flips, because Fiyero is being very insistent in a way. So we're going to, as Fiyero has this little chat with the clerk, with this poor clerk, we're gonna cut to inside the office. So y'all are in the office. Roll me perceptions.
Oh god.
I'm sorry.
Oh my fuck.
Alright.
Well,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, that's decent. I'll take it.
Nice.
Gregory did very well getting in. Now that he's here, nat one.
Perfect. We love it. All right. So, perfect. Okay.
Ozwell.
So, Craigory, it's an office. There's a lot of crap in here it's very office-like. Those are filing cabinets. That's a big desk in the middle. Yup. Ozwell and Mersel. This definitely is like a bookkeeping office. There's a couple of filing cabinets that are labeled, with like dates, with specific years actually. You assume for record keeping / tax purposes. There's a couple of like minor janitorial things in this office, like rags, spray to like, spritz the desks and wipe them down, keep it all clean. There's one of those like shitty little like push vacuum thingies that they use in like movie theaters and shit.
God, I hate those.
I was gonna say, I think I'm one of the few people who knows what this is. I fucking hated it. But there's one of those like in the corner. There's a couple of like portraits on the walls. But for the most part, the big thing in this area is this desk. It looks like a manager's desk, basically. Like, it's got papers stacked on it. There's an mailbox, like there's a little like in and out kind of like mailbox system for files and shit. Walking around to like the actual sitting side, there are drawers and like there's pens, and there's pens, there's like sticky notes, like put places of like so and so blah, like available blah. There's a half-written schedule right there.
God, you are describing with almost perfect accuracy the manager's office at my workplace.
You might think I'm pulling from experience.
I was just gonna honestly take a seat in the chair there and
Okay.
gonna fuck around in the desk.
Yep.
Considering lore that I know, I'm pretty sure that you know, would you give him advantage on a perception of this desk?
That would be investigation.
Or, yeah.
But I'm gonna say, because what's he going to? Is he specifically just kind of looking around, seeing specifically what if he's looking for? Is he looking for something specific, or?
Honestly, actually, he's going to look at before he starts looking. He's going to look at Mersel and kind of like give him a questioning look of like, what are we looking for exactly? Because I can't do anything without that information.
There you go. There you go.
Sel will describe the book in question.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well,
he's gonna start looking for that.
He's gonna start looking for a book. Okay. Yeah. Roll me investigation. What is the fucking?
Oh, someone died.
Oh no! Who did we lose?
Did we lose
I
someone?
think it was Jane.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What is your investigation, buddy?
It was Dee Dee. Anyway, what is the fucking? Sorry, I'm looking. Okay, there's the DC. Okay, so roll me investigation, on the desk. I will say with advantage.
Okay.
Because you are looking for a specific thing. Oof.
So, 12 or 12. All right.
Oof. That is not enough. I am sorry. You notice a couple of the drawers are locked. You find the middle drawers. There's 4 drawers on either side of the desk. The middle 2 on both sides are locked. There's on investigation of everything else. You don't find that book.
Can I roll investigation?
You may.
Yeah, with that instruction, Kraker's also going to go. Let's use his good stats.
Yep. Roll investigation for me, darlings.
Oh, that's decent.
Okay.
There we go. Mental math in my head. Take a 23.
Holy fuck. Okay. All right.
Craigory was overwhelmed by the state of this place, but given some direction.
Yeah, okay.
Point him in a direction.
Okay. So as you guys are looking, we'll start first with basically the same. You kind of get the same thing as Ozwell. This desk has, like, there's no book in there that you can find. You can try picking the locks on the drawers to give a look through there. Maybe they're kept in there. But just from the drawers you are able to open, there's office supplies, there's a stapler, more pens, some whiteout to fix some shit. There's
Grab the stapler so you can use it to fucking clock someone.
yeah. There's a knife in one of the drawers for some reason, with a found in room burnt, like it was like it was just like lost and found and was never reclaimed.
Feel like Ozwell wants to take that, but more so to figure out what fucking room it belongs to.
I mean, if you want, it's just a lost and found knife. Like, it's been there for clearly a long time.
If it's been there for a long time, then no, he's not going to.
Okay. But if you would like
a fucking knife.
There's just a fucking knife. But yeah, if you would like to pick the locks on the drawers, you are more than welcome to.
Hey.
I mean, Craigory can give it a go. He has no expertise whatsoever.
Mersel has skill with thieves' tools.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Yeah.
I have actually never used Thief's tools before. Like,
You
in a
roll. So you roll and you add proficiency.
question, he has the gambler gloves. Does this technically count as sleight of hand rolls?
Technically, no. Thieves'
No.
tools are separate from sleight of hand, unfortunately.
Alright, so then it's gonna be he has a plus. Yeah, he has a +4, and then his proficiency. Yeah,
Cool.
I'm using a luck point because the dice are bullying him.
All right. 12 or a
You
12.
want a 12 or a
God.
12?
Damn, dice parser. All right. Well, the good news is you do get the drawers open.
Whew.
Yeah.
Someone's probably going to be able to figure it out later, but
it's not clean. It's not very clean. It did take a little bit of force, we'll say, but you got them open, by God.
I want to say that as he was lockpicking, like, he got so frustrated that, like, Ozwell and Craigory actually see, like, his hands fucking spark.
Ooh. Nice. All right. So
Yeah, he might have blessed it with a little magic, just a smidge.
Just a smidge. It's fine. So, you get those drawers open. Craigory, with that fucking 23 investigation, you very clearly note one of the drawers is empty where a book should have been. It seems the book is the one the fucking clerk has up front, is the one you're looking for.
Shit.
Oh, boy.
But
Shit.
with that 23, you notice that drawer is nowhere near deep as it should be.
Oh, secret drawer. Well, he's immediately going to try and figure out how to access secret drawer.
Yep. You're
Don't you
basically
just, like,
Oh, go ahead.
don't you just like press it down at certain areas?
You're basically going to be like poking, pushing, pressing, trying to find like the pressure plate or the button.
Ever so slightly elbows Mersel aside to start poking.
All right, okay.
Fucking out of the way, Starboy. I'm gonna get it.
Out of my way, Starboy. I'm about to get it.
Is that a separate roll at all, or does it happen, or what do I need to do?
I'm gonna just keep rolling with that fucking 23, man, because, like, damn.
That's a good roll.
That's a good roll. So I am gonna say you're feeling around, and eventually, you, in the, like, back of the drawer, and it's not on, like, whoever designed this desk clearly did not want these things to be very easily discovered. Because it's not like pushing down on the drawer to pop a part up, and there's no button on the drawer, like walls, to lift it up. It's actually on the lid of the drawer, like on the ceiling above it. And
No, it never thinks to look up.
well, exactly. But not only that, but you find, like, you try to click it in, and it doesn't quite work yet. And then you realize, as you're pushing the drawer, you feel something, like, clicking on it. So you have to push the drawer a certain way in, a certain length in, and then reach your hand under, click the button, keep it in, and pull the drawer out, and that false bottom will now come up on a hinge.
Ever.
Serious design going on here.
Mm-hmm. And in that drawer is a book.
Book.
It looks like another ledger.
Well. Can you quickly flip it open to get an idea of what's in here? Like, he's planning to just take this wholesale, but may as well just check to make sure it's not just secret grandma recipes.
Yeah, you open it, and it looks kind of, it doesn't look like anything. It's wild. It's a bunch of numbers, and then, like, letters, and then just seemingly, like, random words.
A
So,
cipher.
like, not quite. You don't think. So, like, here, let me put some examples in the game zone for you. So you get, like, there's one line that has something like this, and then there's another line that has, like, do, and then what am I thinking of? Shit, what's the other one? What am I thinking of? What's the word I'm thinking of?
Binary?
No, that's it. There we go. It's a bunch of things like that. Each line has, so you get like 0, 5.
Oh.
So for our listening audience, it's things like 0502-R-O positive, 0634-T/W -B/watercolor /stamina, and it just goes down, and it's repeating these things. And roll intelligence for me to kind of like, yeah, everybody can roll intelligence. Yes.
Oh, joyous. All right. Well, I mean,
Oh my god!
Holy shit, Cell! Yeah, okay.
Good, because Craigory
Holy
did
shit!
not do bigger.
Holy
Christ.
shit! Okay, Craigory saw all of this and immediately defaulted to it's a cipher. It's a cipher.
That's literally it.
No, Mersel, Ozwell, you aren't quite sure what the numbers are. But R and then T are always repeated. Like, it's either R or T, and if it's a T, there's either another F, an R, a W, a Y, or an H.
R and T, real kind and tune?
Mm-hmm.
Real kind, tune, and the different sub-races of tunes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes,
I feel...
that means the one after that, that's blood type. O plus for the R,
Mm-hmm.
watercolor for the tune.
Ink type.
And then the last bit of wording is weird, because those just seem to be random skills. Like, nothing about them is connected in any way. They're just random skills. And as you're flipping through
this, what they're best at, right?
It could be. It's hard to say. There's there are several of what you assume to be real kind entries in this book. The tune entries, there's only about 10. Yeah, there's only about 10.
Look for a very specific tune entry.
Yeah.
The very final entry in this book says 1836-T/F-AB/gouache, and then dancing, voice, and acting.
Yep, and Cell immediately taps out her.
Well, Craigory is snapping the book shut. That's going immediately in Hammerspace.
Mm-hmm.
Ours now.
That's not ideal.
Guys, not to meta pigeon here, but aren't they gonna look for that?
I mean, they would already know that someone broke into the table, the lock, the drawer.
True, but they don't need to know that we found the secret drawer.
Exactly.
Craigory definitely moves to just take it. Someone can stop him.
I don't mean to metagame. That just gives me anxiety in the biggest way of just
Well, it's really a situation because, like, in character, Cell would point that, yeah, but no matter what, people are gonna like know that they've lockpicked, which is gonna like raise alarm anyway, and also like, you know, this is evidence.
It is evidence, and you don't
want.
That
is Craigory's thinking in the evidence department.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely evidence, and like, if they had the time, like copying it down or leaving behind a duplicate or something. Actually, that's a shout. How is there a book like nearby that has about the same thickness and a similar cover?
Oh, you are so clever. Give me a quick investigation, everybody, if you mention this, to kind of glance around the room, look for a book like that matches it.
Yeah, he will mention it. Nope, that's a 6. God,
Aw.
the dice.
You got your one extremely perfect roll, and now you're just like, ah, shit.
The die. Okay, this really just be Mersel's luck, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, damn, 23. All right.
Investigations, man.
Yeah. Okay. And then what's Ozwell gonna get?
I fucked up
alright.
in a different zone.
That's all right.
10.
That's all good. Okay, so unfortunately, Ozwell and Mersel, you don't find like a suitable book. Craigory, you get the bright idea to open a filing cabinet and pull a book out of there.
Hell yeah.
It takes a bit of flipping because they don't have like there's not a standardized ledger set here. They're all just kind of like, this is a good ledger, we'll use it. So you do find one that matches it pretty, like, if they were just to like check and make sure like that it's there, that would be like, okay, it's still there. But of course, if they open it, then they realize, oh fuck, this is our ledger.
Sel is banking on the fact that even though people disappear from this town, it's not like often enough that people from outside are raising an alarm.
Exactly.
Basically. So they're not likely to go like opening the ledger and flipping through it if they see that it's untouched.
Exactly. Yeah.
There and are also, no dates. If they were to make a big fuss over something like this, then that would blow their whole shebang as well. So.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just in case, though, Sel does go to the other filing cabinets and mess those around, just as if, like, you know, they were looking for something else that wasn't directly, like, centered on this desk.
For a little note, Craigory was gonna steal gold from the place.
Yeah, but he's not gonna make Craigory steal from here. Like, there's no gold here.
Just
saying. Craigory, it has to be said, is very tempted to just, like, put a big smiley face on page 1 of the new fake ledger.
Craigory. Yeah. If you want to, I won't stop you. I will say that is ill-advised.
You see, that just heightens my temptation.
Okay, to help distract you, Sel's just gonna be like, shame there's no gold here, Craigory.
Damn.
Ken, I have 2 things that I would like to do before we move on.
Yes.
One thing Ozwell definitely wants to do is check for cameras in this room.
Okay.
Ooh.
The good news here, we're working in a time frame where there's no cameras.
Okay.
Like the time period of it's wibbly, it's wobbly, there's magic. We've got like weird like sending phones that people, like, if you're well off, you can have. Cinema is kind of new. Remote, like, CCTV and like cameras, like security cameras, not really commonplace yet.
He doesn't know this. That is just his instinct on that.
That's fair, but yeah, just like, and especially in like a town like Toontown or even Happiest Place, maybe, because those are major hubs, but this is a tiny little port town, and even like a hotel as nice as this, not gonna have that kind of tech.
All right. Second thing he's gonna do is check the paintings on the wall, see if there's anything behind those.
Ah, okay. You don't need to roll investigation for this, just because it would be pretty apparent. There's nothing like of note really on the paintings, but there is a portrait of someone on the wall, and you do see a name written as Edgar Locke. And here you go. He is, he looks like a big man. It's impossible to tell, like, you know, just because, but the angle that the painting is done at kind of makes it seem like he's tall. He looks to be about Ozwell, about your age. He's older. He looks, you know, 50s-ish. Maybe 60s. It's impossible to tell. But
he's taking it off the wall, putting it in his hammer's face.
What? He's just stealing the painting? All right.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
And for good measure, so that it doesn't look like he just took that painting in particular, he's stealing all of the paintings.
Okay.
I mean, in fairness, it is also having the added effect of like now someone just saying that someone just like stolen
Fucking
and
rob
stole
these paintings. Like, why? Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Sure. Sure.
Someone broke in and stole paintings. That takes suspicion off the tampered drawer.
It does.
No one's gonna think, oh, somebody broke into this drawer and found the secret drawer. It's gonna be,
Yep.
oh, this person opened the drawer looking for gold,
And
didn't find anything, and
took the
closed
paintings as like they're fucking like, fuck you, I'm taking your paintings. Yeah.
it again. Fuck you. Hopefully these are at least a little valuable.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So as you guys are doing that, first, before we cut back, roll me one more stealth.
Okay.
The three of you roll me one more stealth. You still get advantage. Yeah,
Do we still get advantage?
you do.
Thank you
I
for
I will admit part of it is because
Hey.
he's petty.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Thank you for the advantage. The first one was a 2 on the die.
Ozwell,
God.
please.
Oof. Oof.
Hey,
Cool.
Gregory, that's a 19, not a 2.
Cool. All right. Cool. Excellent. We love to see that. All right, we're cutting back to.
Hold on, Babble. Wait, Babble, that's not with advantage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you didn't roll advantage.
Oh shit.
Yeah, roll again. Thank you, Vamp, for catching that.
If all else fails, do you mind if I have him roll Misty Step?
Worst case, I will let you do that, but we're gonna cut to.
Oh,
Okay.
never mind.
Excellent.
Never mind.
All
Never
right.
mind.
Perfect. All right. With those in mind, we're cutting back to Fiyero. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Doing great. He's like really playing up the, his whole act of just, the friendly, sweet, kind of ditzy,
Mhm.
art-loving socialite.
Yeah.
And here's where I get to my role and my question.
Yes.
Because, see, Fiyero gave the name Zachary Zenith for a reason.
Okay.
One, it's in the back of the book, it would be in the back of the book if it was alphabetically organized.
Which it's not. I'm sorry.
Damn.
It's literally as people check in. Like,
Okay.
yeah. Unfortunately, it's not that well organized. It is an as you check in kind of deal.
I mean, in good news, that makes it a lot more difficult because if it's not on any of the pages, you have to check every single one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that is also an advantage. My role question
Yes.
was... So, Fiero's got a little bit of a skill for looking like he's doing nothing when actually doing something. And one of those things is looking like he's being ditzy when he's actually paying very close attention.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually paying attention to the names on the pages,
Okay.
and trying to spot, Vava von Vixen's name.
Okay.
Because he has now seen it spelled
Um,
out.
Roll both perception and deception.
Okie dokie. Perception. Okay, that one's good. If I roll badly on deception, I actually have a way I was gonna couch this.
Okay. Nice. That is a good perception.
It's a good perception. Holy shit, I don't need to couch shit.
Hey.
23.
Nice. Excellent. Perfect. All right. This is why y'all's DCs are higher, is because you do shit like this. Anyway. So, as he is flipping through this book, he's clearly, like, versed enough in, like, skimming to find these names, or, like, find at least, like, you notice as he's kind of, like, flipping through, he'll pause on a page that seems to have a Z name on there, and kind of give that a glance before it flip, scan, 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 flip, scan, 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 flip, scan, scan, scan. The book is only about, it's not a very, like, it's a full, like, the book is full, but when I say it's a full book, it's like 50 pages. It's, yeah, that's a lot, but, like, it's not as monstrous as you would probably think. And you imagine that's probably just for the ease of, well, keeping things
Exist.
easy to locate. Yeah, exactly. So as he's flipping through these pages, you get to, and you notice the dates on these pages as well. So you notice, and I'm gonna probably break my continuity a bit, and I'm sorry, but it's okay. You notice about, this book seems to cover, I would say the week of the gala, but because the hotel was kind of full, it's really only about 3 days of the gala, or 3 days before the gala. So there's a 3-day window where he's flipping through all these pages, and you notice it starts on, for example, because this is like kind of fall, like October. For example, it starts on October 15th, and he's in there for a bit, and then he goes on to 16th, and he's in there for a bit, and then he flips over to the 17th, and he's flipping page 1, page 2, page 3, Von Vixen. You see it, third name down.
Does it have the room number?
It does. That room number is 1836.
Noted.
And it has that check-in date, that number, and then you notice it also has a check-out date. And now I have to brain. If, for example, it was the 17th, because I don't remember what date we gave this, it would have then been the 24th, the 31st. It would have actually have been her checkout date was listed as the 29th.
And what was the check-in date?
The 17th. So let me write this down. It would have been written as like check in, and like each column would be like, each one is like guest name, check-in date, room number, checkout date. So it would have been 17 and then 1029. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what it would have looked like in the entry, or in the ledger.
Cool. All right, I have one more idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm assuming we're at the point where our party we got what information we can get, and we need to like get out and regroup, right?
That's a fair assumption, yeah.
So
Okay, I'm using my use of we planned for this beforehand.
Yep, that's fair.
With Fiyero and Ozwell having planned that when they were done, Oz would come and get Fiyero and pretend to be like his husband, come to look for him,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, that's fair, yeah.
But right before that, just to kind of throw off suspicion,
Mm-hmm.
Fiyero will have been like making a show of just digging through the pockets of the coat looking for the room key, because he could have sworn he had it.
Mm-hmm.
And he will very excitedly like make a very excited, oh, I found it. And he will pull out Ozwell's room key from the hotel we checked into earlier today.
Okay. Yep. All right. Ozwell, I'm gonna say, Fiyero, you announced this loud enough, kind of like a signal. Of like, hey, you guys gotta go, kind of deal.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was thinking it was more of a, like, subtly paying attention to know when they've, like, gotten to a point where they'll be hidden.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Or have already gotten out the door.
Oh, okay.
So it can look like Ozwell is coming in from outside with like the line, with like the
Gotcha.
planned lines of like, where have you been? I've been looking all over for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotcha. Okay.
I actually have a question for the DM about that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a public bathroom available in the hotel, in the lobby?
Probably, yeah, especially
Yeah.
if it's a fancy hotel.
Yeah, it's a fancy enough
Ozwell's
hotel. I
gonna
would say
make it
yes.
seem like he came from there.
Okay, all right. I will let you Misty step into the bathroom.
Yep, sure.
Yep.
That works
Yep.
just fine.
Yep, I will say you guys can do that. And the Ozwell will basically be the other two signal of like, well, Fiyero's signal of okay, we need to get out, or we're done, we got what we needed, and then that'll be, those two will then be the signal to get the other two out of the room. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. All right. Cool. I got you now. I'm following along. All right. Okay.
Because like Fiyero is playing up this character of being a ditz, so
Yeah.
of course he would get the hotel wrong.
Of course he would have.
And then his husband comes to get him and is just, darling, wrong hotel.
Yeah. So the clerk kind of like looks up in surprise and kind of that delight of like, oh, okay, good, excellent. Ma'am, or sir,
Yes?
I don't know how to tell you this. I'm deeply sorry. That key is not to our hotel.
Ozwell coming up behind. No, it's not. We were just stopping here. Yeah.
The clerk kind of notices.
Hold on, give me a sec.
Yeah, go ahead.
We were just stopping here so that I could use the restroom real quick and visit my sister. Make sure that she was okay because she had a panic.
But
That
wait,
said-
I thought you told me to go get our room back.
No, dear. That would be when we actually get to the correct hotel.
Oh.
This was just a quick rest stop and to check on my sister. Let's go. Come on. I'm so
okay.
sorry.
Did I learn this clerk's name?
Yes, you did. Their name is Isaiah.
I'm so sorry, Isaiah. You were so sweet. Thank you so much for all your help. I'm so sorry. It was such a conundrum. Here.
It's quite all right. It's quite all right, sir. You don't gotta.
And Fiyero will like pull one of like the shiny things that he's got in his hair out and just
no,
and
sir.
set it on the desk and slide it
don't-
over to Isaiah and then just start walking out of the room.
Sir, you don't got. Oh dear. How right. Okay.
I feel bad for the clerk.
Well, that killed about 30 minutes. All right.
I apologize about my husband.
It's quite all
Taking
right.
this, and he picks up the
Yeah.
thingamajig. Leaves him a tip. I'm assuming there's a tip jar.
No, but these clerks are used to like tips in this kind of hotel. Yeah, tipping is something that like. Yeah, they'll take tips.
He tips a
Shiny
10
thing?
gold.
The shiny thing was supposed to be a tip.
Fiyero, you
He
are a
don't
crow.
They
He
take
is.
gold, dear, not shiny things.
What? One likes shiny things.
Yes, I know. Let's go. Let's leave the poor man alone.
Okay.
He just kind of like gives you a little wave of like, get back to your hotel safely now. Have a nice night.
I'll be fine.
Make sure he drinks
And
water.
Ozwell's going to pick Fiyero up bridal style.
And Fiyero will just, like, you know, just to sell it, just bury his face in Ozwell's collar, just comfy.
Yeah. Aw. Excellent. All right. So with your stealths that I had you roll previously, you are able to get out of the room without being seen. So the clerk is very
Hooray.
thoroughly distracted by all of that, so that Mersel and Craigory are able to get out of the room without attracting his attention.
Is that the same as getting out of the hotel?
No, it is not.
I thought we were getting out of the lobby.
Well, you and Ozwell have left the lobby. Craigory and Mersel had to get out of the room first, but the clerk saw them enter the hotel, so that's like nothing new, and watching them leave is probably like, eh? But yeah,
Yeah.
you haven't left, you've gotten out of the room, you have not left the hotel yet.
Yeah, like the clerk lost 30 minutes to like fucking 30 minutes to Fiyero, so like it's not that big of a stretch for the clerk to think that they went to one of the restaurants or something and are just now leaving.
Yeah, they probably like stopped for a drink or to run back to their room to get something, you know?
And so yeah, Sal's just gonna walk out.
Yeah.
Like, get out of his way or get stomped on by the seals.
He is on a mission. Let me actually grab. Where's my.
Craigory just trotting after.
Like, oh, wait, hang on. Okay. Oh, you don't have any. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay, cool. He doesn't notice. He doesn't pick up on anything.
Yeah.
So, yep. All right. You guys have made it out of the hotel. You've got information.
We do.
Where are you going to get this, to like share this information? You and Sel do have a room at the hotel, at the Gilded Oak.
And so does Ozwell.
And so does Ozwell. So you've got rooms there that you could potentially go to. Since it is after 1 o'clock now at this point.
That's what Sal suggests, like, as fun as it would be to be, hey, outside in the witching hour, maybe let's not do that before we get more information.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it would actually be a good idea to get some form of sleep.
Yeah.
I imagine, like, Ozwell's probably getting tired because he has been up so long now.
Yeah.
And he's older.
He's an older man.
Old man need a nap.
Yeah.
Fiyero just like dramatically throws his head back and just, I need a fucking shower.
I need a nap.
Mm-hmm.
But first we need to get somewhere where we can share information because, well, like I said, I found it.
A room at the inn?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was going to suggest, since I did say to the clerk wrong hotel, perhaps the hotel would be the best option.
Mm-hmm.
Good by me.
It also, to any passersby, makes us look good because genuinity, or
Yeah.
however you say that.
Yeah.
We have places
Legitimacy.
we clearly are going.
The
Mhm.
best lies have truth in them.
Mm-hmm.
That.
I will note Fiyero is decidedly not asking to be put down.
Ozwell has not noticed this, and he is just walking while carrying
Incredible. We love to see it.
Fiyero.
We love to see it. All right. So now here is my question for y'all. It is 12:30.
Oh shit, Brad, you're 3 hours ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to stop for the night with y'all heading back to kind of share your information? Do we want to share information and then call it?
I think I can go for a little longer, like an hour, but depends on everyone else, because I
Yeah.
am aware that some
I
people
pointedly
here-
look at you, Kraken.
It's only 9:30
I wouldn't
for
want to
me.
go
I'm
any
good.
further than half an hour.
Okay.
Alright.
Like I said, if you want to just kind of pool information and then call it, we can do that.
I feel like that ends up being a natural stopping point.
Okay, cool. All right, sounds good. So, y'all get back to the Gilded Oak, and much the same how the Ebonwood was very like, you know, there's the one poor night clerk that's working the night shift. Again, there's the one poor clerk working the night shift, gives you you know, the smile as you enter, welcomes you back.
Important question, is it Dennis?
No, it is not Dennis.
Damn!
Dennis is the concierge and he gets off at midnight.
Damn. Expensive.
You want that poor guy to be working 24/7?
No, I don't, but sometimes you get called to work different shifts than you usually do.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if it's Dennis. Just
Yeah. So Fiyero can be like, "Hi, Dennis." Yeah.
Hi, Dennis.
It's unfortunately not Dennis. You'll probably see him in the morning. Or, well, the
I
afternoon.
like Dennis.
But
I like Dennis.
Listen. This
Dennis
gives
is
us the
friendship.
opportunity to be like disheveled together next time Dennis sees the two of them.
ah!
Oh, let's not miss that opportunity. That would be fun.
Incredible.
And then the person that took this night shift can be like, oh yeah, no. Fox guy carried the crow guy in bridal style while
Yup.
looking drunk as shit.
Yup. Yup.
While looking drunk as shit and dressed to the fucking nines.
Yeah.
Yup.
Alright, so y'all. Oh god, I'm tangled. There we go. Okay, so y'all regroup in a room. Well, what do you do now?
A question:
Yo.
which room?
Whose room you going to? Mersel and Craigory's or Fiyero and Ozwell's?
Honestly, Ozwell is going to, just by like natural habit, go to his.
That's fine. All
Fair
right.
enough.
Also,
Fiyero
once
is
he's
going wherever
sitting down,
Ozwell's
he is not
going.
going to want to move.
That's so fair, honestly.
Yeah.
Moment they're in and the door is locked and things seem secure enough, Craigory is getting that book out.
Yep.
Wait. Before he does.
Mhm.
I swear I have a spell for this. Yes, I do. I don't know if this would work exactly. I have the spell Commune with City.
Whoa.
What is? Let me see.
You briefly become one with the city and gain knowledge of the surrounding area. Above ground, this spell gives you knowledge of the area within 1 mile of you. In sewers and their underground settings, you gain knowledge of the area within 600 feet of you. You instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to the area: terrain and bodies of water, prevalent buildings, plants, animals, or intelligent creatures, powerful, challenge rating or high, 1 or higher, celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead, influences from other planes of existence, electrical currents, wireless signals, and active transit lines and tracks. For example, you could determine the location of powerful undead in the area, the location of major sources of electrical power or interference, and the location of any nearby parks.
Damn. What's the range that you can locate all of this?
1 mile.
Okay.
Disco Elysium.
Yeah. So that's 500 meter. Oh god, that's in meters, not fucking shit. Hang on, I have to do some conversions. You know that thing about sequence breaking?
Yeah.
Hang on.
What if we
Hang on.
broken?
Hang on. I need to convert.
Oh dear.
Hang on.
Good job, Whirl.
Hang on.
I should have cast this at the beginning like I wanted to.
Okay, cool. Hang on, I still need to converge. You're right there. Oh shit, hang on, now I actually need to pull up some stuff. Hang on. Continue with what you guys are kind of doing. I'm sorry, this is gonna actually take a minute because that's bigger than I thought.
Do we
I-
wanna, when it comes to pulling the information, do we want to RP this out, or do we want to say they pull the information?
I mean, I'm down to roleplay it out if you guys
yeah,
want to.
that's up to you guys.
I love character interaction.
Yeah, that's up to you guys.
I will say, Ozwell is not the one locking the door. It is a mage hand locking the door. And then something else pulling a chair or dragging a chair closer to Ozwell, and he immediately takes a seat, and then another thing drags like a cushion for him to rest his legs on.
Damn. Nice. All right. So there, 2. Cool. All right. Awesome. I'm gonna have to extrapolate, or I'm gonna have to finagle that a little bit, but uh, can you copy and paste the commune with city details for me in the game zone?
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's never a good sign.
let me screen cap this.
Cool.
This is what happens when you give me free access to spells.
I mean, you're a fucking Raven Queen Warlock, aren't you? Like,
Yes, but
Yeah.
you gave
Oh,
you
yeah,
let
I
me
did.
have a level 7 or level 10, whatever level I am.
yeah, I did. I gave you
character.
I did let you have a level 10 character. And I kind of yeah.
This is partially your fault.
yeah.
Ingenious looks
Oh,
at
this
the
is
other
going to be
in the
interesting. Okay, so that actually is important. That bit there is important. Okay, so, what subjects are you wanting to know?
Okay, so the question would be um any basically like what intelligent creatures are near me?
Mhm.
Basically like are there people being able to pass through secret passageways and listen to shit?
Okay.
Is the intelligent creatures near me.
Okay.
The and because you can ask 3 questions,
Mhm.
he is going to do the okay, I've heard a lot of mention of vampires. What's the shtick there? Is there anywhere within a mile that has like a high concentration of
Vampires or undead?
undead bullshit,
Yeah.
especially vampire bullshit?
Okay.
And I don't know if this would fit into any of the categories, so feel free to veto me.
Mhm.
But basically safe locations. Asking essentially if this area is safe.
That's going to be a little harder. The whole for people around that could potentially be listening in, you get a couple of pings. You get a couple pings around you of what you can safely assume to be guests in their rooms. Like there's one next door to you. There's a couple like the hotel only has like I'm spitballing here. It's not a lot. There's only probably like 30 people in this hotel. And none of them are outside of the 4 of you in this room. None of them are close. So to like eavesdropping close that you can kind of pick out. The God, you're also just because of the range of this, you're getting pings just like, I mean, you're in a hotel area, you're in like a business district. There's hotels all over the place. You're getting pings from people everywhere, but like immediately around you, that's what you get. The undead is a fun one. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of undead just kind of around this city. There's a very high concentration kind of to the southwest of you, which if you are recalling your own like mental map of the city, that's where Red Ridge and Glass Garden are. And then there is a pretty heavy like ping in the harbor. Like there's a concentration in the harbor at the moment of that. Everything else, you're not gonna get that though, because that's too far away, and you're not gonna get that. Okay, so those are the 2 important things that you kind of get around you. Is you're getting a big old ping of vampires, of undead. You assume they're vampires because there's been an unnatural amount of vampires in this town, so you have to assume that. In the casino area and then in the harbor are the 2 notable areas, but you're getting pings just fucking everywhere. And yeah, that's all you're getting. Kind of on the outskirts, you do get more pings of like the housing area. Like you get a couple of pings of like the outskirts of this spell reach the edges of the housing area, but you aren't like, so you're getting a couple of pings from that, but nothing is like of note.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
All right. I will note like the flavor for how that spell looks, because again, Fiyero doesn't exactly realize he has magic.
I still adore that.
So basically how it looks is like he closes his eyes and goes and sits next to like an open window or something. And basically he's listening and smelling the air, because the whole sensing undead thing is just he can smell it.
Because you can smell it. Anyway.
It smells like, well, for vampires it would smell like blood.
Mm-hmm.
It would smell like copper and iron. And then for seeing any, or like listening for any intelligent life, any people around him who would be listening in, it's just listening for people, for heartbeats, for footsteps, for whispers. He doesn't realize that what he's doing is magic. He's just being hyper aware.
Yeah. No, Fiyero, this city smells of blood.
This city reeks of fucking blood.
Yeah, it do. Alright, so yeah, that's what you got. So you are safe to share information at the moment.
He's going to close the window just in case.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Yeah, fair. Craigory, meanwhile, fumbled his roll. So,
Oh.
There is no incriminating little notebook. He does, however, a jar of honey. He is going to hold it up to Ozwell.
Thank you. And I guess this is as safe of a place to try and see whether or not I'm allergic to this as any.
I mean, that's what you got the healing elixir for, right?
Astounding.
This is true. This is true. And, well, they look about the same. Fuck it.
Let's go. Have some honey, Ozwell. Alright, roll
Have
again.
some honey also.
Roll that hammer space again, so let's see if you fumble.
Great news.
You do. Fantastic. Do you get bees?
Please don't get bees.
Oh god, no, please don't get bees.
We have just avoided getting bees. He pulls out a sewing needle instead. Stick that back in. Okay, this time, pulls out the incriminating notebook.
Hey, we love it.
He's just gonna put that on the table and flip it open and let Fiyero have a look.
Mm-hmm.
And he will do that, and he will flip through the book, trying to... Would he be able to put together the whole, you know,
Roll me
such and such and such and such?
Roll me intelligence.
Sure thing. Oh, shit, that's not bad. That's a 19.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, you are able to put that together.
And I only have a +1.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Excellent.
Cool.
So you are able to put that down.
And he's just kind of squinting at it and just says, these are room numbers. This is real or Toonkind. This is Toonkind subrace. And this is blood type or ink type with skills of some sort. And he gets to the last one on... You said it was on the last one on the last page, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he taps it and says, that's your missing person. 1836, Vava von Vixen. She checked in on the 17th, checked out on the 29th.
Which, Mersel, you would know is incorrect because Vava said she was checking out the day after that.
Which he speaks up about.
Okay, well that's confirmation that still doesn't give us a where. A
I
bit of
might
a why?
be able to help
I
with
guess
that.
they want performers.
Mm-hmm. You might be
I
able to
might
help.
be able to. Yeah.
All right.
Might. Keyword. Ozwell has a pack. Boom. And I'm gonna put it in here.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the time.
Oh
And
fuck!
this
I
is
love
what it
this
does.
boon.
Mm-hmm.
If you allow him, he'll pull out his pocket watch. And he doesn't know Vava, so he's not going to try that. He's going to focus on the object, the book itself,
Mm-hmm.
and specifically focus on that particular entry, if possible.
Okay.
And see if he can get anything with that.
I'm reading through,
You
so
have to roll.
I am also reading.
yeah, you have to roll
Okay. I'm trying to figure out.
history.
It's a lot of words.
Yeah, you got to roll history.
All right, give me just a sec.
Assuming you're rolling back in time.
Yes.
Okay.
When you read back in time, choose a specific person, place, or object. It can't be a specific piece of information. So, focusing on the exact entry probably wouldn't work. You read the target's memory, and on a roll of 10 or higher, you can ask 3 questions with the specificity of the details answered being dependent on how high you rolled.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thankfully, he is focusing on the book
Yeah.
itself, since he
All right.
doesn't know Baba. And
Okay.
he also doesn't know the concierge, so he can't do that.
Okay.
You don't necessarily need to know the person.
You don't. That's a fucking 25.
What are your questions, Foxman?
Give me your questions 3.
Shit. I had them in my head, and now that I've done it and succeeded.
That I know that.
You didn't think this would work?
I did not think this would
I didn't think I'd get this far.
work. I did not. Oh, fuck. And I also know that we're on a time limit. It has to be very specific. I think before doing this, he'll ask if there are, like, any bits of information that we could possibly be missing. Like, not to them, but before doing this, to the, to Fiyero and Mersel and, Craigory.
Why are skills noted? That is the thing that has me concerned. Because
That
this
is.
pretty much clarifies that we're working with a trafficking ring of some sort. But
Well,
is it marketable skills? Is it something else?
I guess it depends what all skills are in here. And Craigory's taking a
So-
closer look because we've gotten stamina, we've gotten dance act stuff.
There are, you notice, where the
With-
hell are you?
With
There you
tunes, I
are.
can kind of understand. Isn't it in a tune's nature, thus down to their very essence, and thus their ink/blood? That is what their skills are tied to?
Not necessarily. Talents, skills, those are things you build with time. If it was tied to blood,
It's you
That'd be more
notice
magic.
you notice as you're looking through, there are a couple more things, and it's strange, because you get, like, there's one that specifically is for brawling or boxing. There's one that just says silver-tongued, observant. Another one specifies specifically it's just dance. Another I'm trying to remember. I have to actually keep count of how many I've given you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another one is like
So out
another
of
one is
character,
an
it's listing,
instrument.
like, beats and shit.
It's what?
So out of character, it's listing like feats and shit.
No, it is not.
Fuck.
It just happens to share a name with a feat.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's another one that says like instrument, violin, dance.
Alright.
Mersel,
Right,
honey.
so he's noting down that question.
You notice one just says voice, Mersel, honey. And that might ting a little thing in your brain about possibly how someone you are very close with used to sing, but doesn't.
Vamp is muted, but Vamp is also here.
Mm-hmm.
Vamp.
Vamp! Come back, Vamp! I've given you a tidbit!
Our Vamp has gone sayonara. Our Vamp has disappeared.
Oh no!
Right when it was most critical.
Right when it's most critical. No!
Vamp, please. This is such a good way to like end the session.
Vamp!
Okay, while we wait for Vamp, I do have, I want to share the information that,
Yes.
we got from the community.
Yes, yes.
And Fiyero will kind of say, this isn't really something to do with the book, but what the fuck is going on down at the harbor?
I don't
do you
know
mean?
if the book can give me that.
These sorts of things tend to be connected. And if this is what I think it is, because this, and he taps it, this looks like a manifest ledger. Like I said earlier, this sounds like a trafficking operation. If they're bringing people in and out, they'd have to go through the harbor. And it fucking reeks.
So you think that the hotel is a funnel?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I think...
Where does the hotel funnel?
Okay. So I'm trying to figure out how to best kind of word these.
I'm writing the questions.
I know,
so
and I'm just trying to figure out because you're reading back in the history, so you're not going to get a direct answer. You're going to get the history that relates to this answer in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so, for example, you asking where does the hotel funnel the victims, you're not going to get an answer that says, oh, they're here. You'll probably get an answer that says, that might have a mention of a location, and you need to be able to pick out that's the location they're taking them, kind of deal.
If we can get a general direction, that still answers the question.
Yeah. And that's what I'm kind of trying to I'm trying to figure out the best way to word this for you. So as you
who is this? Not operation.
Hi.
Hi, Vamp. Hi. So
Trafficking.
basically everyone was asking, why are these skills listed? What's important about them? Why are they only listed for toons? And it was then mentioned, well, toons sometimes have a skill that's kind of like core to their being, to their very them in a sense. And Mersel, looking at all of these skills listed, you're reminded of somebody you know who did have a skill. One might say you call it something else, and she doesn't have that anymore.
Yeah, not great memories there.
Mm-hmm. Do you share this information with the class?
No.
Ah! All right.
A+ helpfulness. Excellent job.
Thank you, Mersel. All right.
Does this surprise you?
All
I
right.
sit here. I hand is it pretty blatant or blatant enough that Ozwell can pretty much figure out this is probably a blood trafficking thing?
The blood part, yeah, they wouldn't list blood types if that wasn't, important. But again, it's the skills part that's weird. You don't quite know what's going on there. And so as
I will say, Sal will mention he won't mention Tally by name,
no,
but
that's
he
fine.
will mention a possibility is that they're drawing talents from these tunes.
Okay, there we go.
Is that a
But
thing
he's
people
not
can
gonna
do?
mention Tally's name.
No,
That
that's
was the
fine.
thing where I'm like, no, he's not gonna mention it.
No, that's fine. You don't gotta, but just helping these poor people.
I'm going to edit this.
Okay. So,
First one. What
uh,
value does the
so I will give you all
on
of
the
these
book
answers in one
tab?
sort of. I'm gonna give you all of these answers in one sort of. Whirl, are these kind of given in the form of a retelling of it or like a flashback kind of deal?
It's
like
at the
Go ahead.
it's at the discretion of the DM.
Cool.
I didn't want to limit people's creative freedom in that regard,
Cool.
so it can be a segment from a history book. You can just straight up tell the lore, or you can give it in the form of flashbacks. It is entirely up to you.
Cool. So, Ozwell, you are given a singular sort of memory, I guess you could say. Where you see Hastings, who is the concierge. You see a older vampire, kind of balding, sitting back at that desk, writing in that ledger. It's impossible to know the date, but you can tell that it's back in time because Vava's name is not in this book, or Vava's entry is not in this book yet. And as he is scribbling down details in this ledger of the latest supposedly the latest acquisition they have gained, which is a real kind, you note. The door opens. There is no knock, it just opens. And this positively massive man enters. You recognize him instantly as Edgar Locke from the painting. He is...
Oh, lovely.
He's fucking gigantic. He is extremely muscled. He towers over Hastings as he strolls into the room like he owns the place, because quite frankly, he does own the place. This is his hotel. So
we've been new.
He strolls into this this manager's office and just says now I have to improv a bit of shit. He strolls in and he just says, Hastings, I have a bit of a reward to give you for your latest acquisition. And Hastings kind of jumps a little and just, Mr. Locke, what do I owe this? Well, the latest batch of talent that you have provided us is rather potent, and I took it upon myself to give you a sample of it. And he then reaches into the pocket of his coat and pulls out a little vial. And he sets it on the counter or on the desk with a decisive little click and just says, I do hope I don't need to tell you that this is to be used at your discretion should any kind of conflict arise. And Hastings, who is clearly taking this threat exactly as it is meant to be, swallows and says, "Of course, Mr. Locke. I can assure you, if any police start poking around or any kind of private eyes get too nosy, I will have them handled. You do not have to worry about that at all. I'll make sure that nothing gets back to you." To which Locke nods and just goes, "Very good. If you need me, I will be at the location. I will bleh. Fuck me, god damn it. If you need to get a hold of me, you know how to reach me. Yes, sir. Are you going to be at the manor? Of course. Where else would I be?" And then he steps out. And that is where the memory ends.
Manor.
The manor. They are talents. They are clearly being taken and can be given to people. And there is a manor where they are... Yep.
Ozwell was absent-mindedly writing these things down as that memory was going.
Mm-hmm. And you can only imagine that this Mr. Locke is the head of this whole operation.
And is Oswald gonna share this memory with everyone else?
Babble?
Hello?
Babble? Uh-oh.
Babble.
Babble.
Babble's dead.
Babble dead.
Babble dead.
Deadbull.
Babble.
Memory killed them.
Hello? Oh no.
Babble dead.
No! No!
So close to the end.
We're so
Babble
close.
has been murdered. It's too strong. Locke got them.
Locke got them. Oh god. Couldn't have them giving that information. Oh jeez.
So my internet went out.
Hey, hi, you're back.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm on my phone, so apologies for the shitty quality. But my internet just died.
You're perfectly fine.
But as I was saying, to get this on the road so that we can get Kraken to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And you to bed as well.
Yeah.
And anybody who needs to go to bed.
Yeah.
He is fiddling with his cane in the other. What color was the talent in that vial? And was there anything to note, like any possible symbol that could lead him to know what kind of talent may be in that vial?
It was simply labeled brawling.
Brawling.
Which you will note is in the book.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And does he share this with the rest of the class?
When it is done, he finishes taking notes. Again, very much detailed notes like a teacher would.
Mm-hmm.
And he does share it. Particularly, he is going to look into possibly whose that is.
Okay. Unfortunately, you don't get a lot from... I mean, you don't get names or anything like that, but you do get... Oh, we pinned it in here. Thank you, Abby, you delight. You get... The answer is a... Boop, 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 where you are. From a UPAN.
Okay. Okay, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That is so fun. I sit here.
Mm-hmm.
He's making notes of that.
Yep.
Oh, Internet back.
Y'all have been
There we
given.
go.
Y'all have been given the rundown.
Okay, I am waiting on a response from Uppy about something very particular to
Okay.
decide if I have to roll something.
Okay.
Just waiting for a response
No,
on
it's
something.
fine. You're fine.
Hmm.
A quick question as well.
Yes.
Was there anything in particular that Ozwell would have recognized for the other person on this man?
I have to think now.
Was he alone?
He was alone.
Did he perhaps have any trophies?
He was alone at that time.
Did he perhaps have any trophies on him? Worn or otherwise?
He would have had. Oh, I know something.
Thank you.
You can, Whirl can veto this, but I know something he would have had, and it would have been, particularly gut-wrenching for Ozwell to see. When Locke had, informed him that he needed to be going, he would have checked a pocket watch.
Oh boy. If it's a golden pocket watch, I have something to share in regards to those.
Oh boy. I know the ones are specifically tied to each person, but he would have had a very specific pocket watch, and Ozwell definitely would have recognized it as pertaining to his friend who sent him on this mission.
Ozwell would have absolutely zeroed in on that and focused on whether or not he could see a name.
Okay. What'd you say, Whirl?
Would it, like...
Because the person is not a warlock. That's why I don't think it would be.
I know. This is me, it wouldn't have the same effect, but Ozwell wouldn't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
So is it, a watch of her make?
Yes. Absolutely. And it does have a name on it. And I will say, when it flipped open, yes, Ozwell would have gotten a name.
What's the name on that?
The name is Matthias Oleand.
Ozwell stopped.
Babble died again.
Oh no, Babble! Oh, wait, Babble?
Fucking whores.
Hey, alright, hi.
Hi.
Real quick.
I don't know why that didn't go through. Ozwell does not write that down.
Okay.
Real quick.
He does not write down Matthias.
Yep.
Or Matthias
Real quick.
again.
Yeah.
That is not information for everyone else.
Hey, Babble.
Hmm?
Here's information that Ozwell would have, that is quite literally heart-stopping. Ozwell has a similar watch to that. Anytime anyone, including himself, has tried to remove it from his person, it feels like they're trying to rip your heart out of your chest.
Alright, so we're just gonna ignore the fact that Ozwell very well probably had an actual mini heart attack in his seat there. He may have died for a second. Don't worry about it. He's fine.
There are implications to someone having one of those and not having the person it belongs to.
He when he sees that, he stops fiddling with his cane, and he is tapping on it a little bit frantically with one of his fingers, trying not to panic. Because he knows, and it just, and he moves on, keeps writing. Definitely doesn't want to commit a murder.
All right.
He
Y'all have been given a
gives
lot
them
of
that, and he's just
information.
like, okay, I need to get up, and I need to go destroy something. I will be back in a few minutes.
I advise against that. It is kind of approaching the witching hour, Ozwell.
Hmm?
It's kind of approaching the witching hour, Ozwell. Also, Fiyero nat 20'd an insight on you, so you know.
And he will just kind of stand up from where he was sat by the window and walk over to you and just tilt his head. Darling, what's wrong?
I don't even know how to word this. Oh, Oswald, why are you like this? Hold on, he's rolling deception. That's 15. He
Mhm.
It does
can't.
not beat a 22.
It doesn't, so.
It does not. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything is
We
fine.
do need to start, like,
Have
wrapping
the
up where...
information that you're looking for. I'm just going to go downstairs for a moment. I'm not going to leave the hotel. If that's what you're asking, I'm not going to leave the hotel. I'm just going to be anywhere but here for the moment. In near that book.
Mm-hmm.
It's concerning. Okay, stay safe. All right?
I will be
Okay.
fine. I will holler if I need you.
Fiyero will nod.
All right. So as Ozwell steps out of the room, is there any kind of last minute things?
I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
A question before Oswald stopped and left the room. Did he note down memory? Like, did he tell anyone, or did he just stop and then leave
no,
without telling anyone what he saw?
He noted down literally everything except for the things about the pocket watch.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm rolling something,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna roll an advantage because number one, he would have been taking a book out of his hammer space at the exact same time and hiding this expression. And number two, Oswald did literally just have a basic meltdown a few feet away, so no
Yep.
one's really gonna be looking at Marcel.
Yep. Okay.
Fantastic. That's a 25 deception.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's a 25 deception. And Craigory and Fiyero beat that?
In the interest of
can't.
time, I'm just gonna say, please continue.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
Fair enough. I was just curious. Anyway, he's gonna take out a book, but I feel bad, like, if I held us up any longer, so I'll just use it, like, next game.
yeah. Because we really need to wrap up. Like, I know this is compelling, and I'm delighted it's compelling, but we gotta wrap up.
I can't last any longer.
Yeah.
About to
So-
bed.
Yeah.
Movie.
So, we will fade out with Ozwell leaving the room abruptly and everyone else kind of going, oh god, this might be more serious than we thought. And that is where we'll fade out. Thank you, everybody. We'll pick this up another time. Oh boy, can't wait. It's only gonna get worse. Bye-bye.
It's all downhill
Bye.
from here, folks.
Yup.